Good evening, sim racing fans. Welcome back to coverage of qualifying for the Blue-Emu Firecracker 400. Today is bump day. Yesterday, we saw a whole field of drivers take time, and now a little bit extra drama as we determine who's in, who needs to make a lap, and who will be not joining the field for the Firecracker 400. So glad to have you here on the eRacer GG Twitch channel. David Schildhouse alongside Parker Kligerman, Landon Cassill, and Parker, we've got drama. What else do we need in racing other than drama? We got top 20 locked in after last night. We've got drivers who are standing on their times, but a lot of drivers who are going for one more run.
Yeah, we had a very interesting qualifying session yesterday where I felt like we saw a lot of, cars that I did not expect to not run well. And I guess I'm having mic issues. Landon, take this.
All right,
away.
Parker, hold on. Landon, we'll throw it over to you. Finish that thought.
Parker, reset your mic.
I'll
You know, I think that last night when first round qualifying finished, before Nick Ottinger was even able to accept the radius challenge for $20,000, the last to first challenge, we already had 25 drivers committed to wiping out their laps and rerunning today. Looking at the forecast, seeing that the weather was going to be significantly cooler. Yesterday's forecast said that today was going to be 78, 79 degrees. Well, it turned out the Daytona weather is a little inconsistent. Forecasts aren't always correct, and it is no cooler than it was yesterday. In fact, the wind is higher, and we've been getting some reports that the track could be slower. We had all but 7 drivers withdraw their time and rerun today. So we have a full rack of cars rerunning today. They're all taking a risk. They're all taking a risk of losing their laps, of missing the race.
Well, we saw how this played out last year, and it's always the big question we talked about at length last night. Let's establish who is already in the starting field for the Firecracker 400. Of course, the top 20 times from last night. Nick Ottinger, your pole sitter with a 42.915. I guess a 42.916. Feeling pretty good about that. And he also takes the radius last first challenge. We'll touch on that momentarily. We see the rest of the drivers listed there. They are locked in, do not have to run a lap tonight. Now, let's look at the next group of drivers. These are the drivers who held on to their times. These are 7 drivers who are not rerunning and are falling back on their time. And you see the number next to their name is where they stood overall. So names like Blake Neer, Dale Earnhardt Jr., of course, the 2 obvious, interesting ones to watch because as it stands right now, they are in the Firecracker 400. However, there are 61 drivers taking a time tonight. So will the times be faster? Will these 2 stay in? Yet to be seen. That's going to be a lot of the drama surrounding what we are watching here tonight. All right, Parker.
I think I'm back.
Oh my God. Hello.
Hey,
how you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you.
They were trying to cut me out and mute me, but I shall not be stopped, nor shall I be silenced here on the Firecracker 400.
Oh, and there, Parker, you just gotten quieter. They're still getting you. You got something. You got some weird. Yeah, there's. We'll have to send. Did you upgrade Windows? Is that what this is? Is that a Windows update?
Okay. He did a Windows update. Parker probably needs to shut his computer off and turn it back on or something before the broadcast. David, let's talk about Nick Ottinger for just a second. This guy, for the second time in a row, we've only had this prize twice, okay? Last at the Carnomaly 500, it was Wits, and it was for $15,000. And now Radius put up $20,000 for the last first challenge. Nick's had a shot at both of these. We know how it ended at the Carnomaly 500, but he's pretty confident it's going to end in a different way next week. What do you think, David?
I think that it's very cool that we see the same driver have this opportunity. Both times it's been offered. Nobody else can say that they've had the last to first challenge in one of our races. And so I think it's awesome for Nick. An obvious redemption arc at hand here for him because his run in the Carnomaly 500 was cut so painfully short. We talked to him last night after he got the pole. We heard his thoughts on his approach to the Firecracker 400, some of the things that he was going to do differently, approach it with a lot more caution. He said as much as staying a half a track behind the lead pack before even the first pit stop. he's had a lot of time since March to think about that particular decision and how he went about that. Now he's got an opportunity to come back out in the Firecracker 400 and put all that to work. So we'll see. I think it's fascinating. I know there's a lot of drivers who wish they had this opportunity, but right now, if you want a shot at 20 grand from one of the e-racer events, you got to get through Nick Ottinger.
Yeah, and hold that thought, Parker. Don't say anything. You know, I think it's worth noting. I think it's gonna be even harder in the Firecracker for Nick to make it through the field because these cars are even more brittle than the Car Anomaly 500, the COT. They're more brittle than the Firecracker 400 last year. So hashtag Free Parker is trending on Twitter right now. It went right to the top. So we're looking forward to keeping an eye on that over the course of the event. Hopefully he gets his mic fixed.
Well, a silent Parker maybe is something that most people wouldn't be too upset about. But we want to hear from him. We'll get him fixed up. But while we do that, we got somebody else you need to hear from. We got another video for you.
If you want to get the best qualifying time possible, there's a lot more to Daytona than just turning left and never lifting. Let's break down how these drivers will maximize their speed and compete for a coveted spot in the 2021 Blue-Emu Firecracker 400. Tonight, drivers will only get one chance, that's right, one chance to record a lap during qualifying with no practice or warm-up in the session. That means they'll only be coming onto the track with cold tires, an open setup, a bundle of nerves, and a plan of attack to be the fastest across the finish line. For tonight's runs, drivers will be allowed to come off the apron during their initial drive onto the track, so you don't have to go all the way around the apron and immediately come up to speed doing so. But with the cold tires they get from sitting on pit road, it'll be vitally important to not spin their tires, need to check up or graze the wall, as any of these things are certain to affect their final time during their lap. Once the car reaches turn 3 and begins the final approach to the start-finish line, drivers will be hoping to have eclipsed up to 200 miles per hour. Watch for cars to take the high line near the wall and arcing down into the tri-oval for the optimal line to start their lap. As they approach near top speed, these 87 cars want to do one thing more than any other in these corners. They want to wreck. And on this Legacy edition of Daytona, what would otherwise be the best racing line near the bottom is incredibly rough to go over. Remember, this qualifying is done with open setups, so drivers opting to run with a lower configuration might choose to run more towards the middle in order to have a smoother lap and keep the car centered. On the backstretch, it's pretty simple. Everything is about building up as much speed as possible, which requires keeping the car straight as an arrow with as little drama as possible. There's really no optimal line to follow on this backstretch, but drivers will want to find their way towards the wall to enter turn 3 on the high side to arc into the corner. Keep an eye on the speedometer as they do. This will be a key indicator on the type of lap these drivers will be running, and they'll be looking right around top speeds of 212 miles per hour. While the concerns in turns 1 and 2 will be about getting loose, watch for drivers to have the opposite issue, especially getting tight off of turn 4. With 88 drivers all having to take these massive risks, expect to see at least one, if not more, in their lap in the wall before getting back to the tri-oval. And now with the start-finish line in sight, the shortest distance is a straight line, and if that means cutting across the apron and even finding a bit of grass, then so be it. This competition isn't judged on style points, and many will take every advantage they can, given we're running 1987 rules, so the yellow line doesn't come into play. And with that lap complete, guess what? You're ready to watch the entire field take on Daytona for their chance to qualify for the Blue-Emu Firecracker 400.
Band-Aid.
Now we get a look at the current conditions here from Daytona International Speedway. Track temperature a lot lower than what we have seen, especially considering what we saw yesterday. 109 degrees is your track temperature, but the wind, Landon, the wind is what jumps out to all of us. A lot more windy here today than it was yesterday. That is going to affect these cars.
Yeah, and a challenge, excuse me, David. A challenge with the wind is that it's coming from the northeast, which is directly down the backstretch, not down the backstretch, but directly into the backstretch. So, first driver rolling off here, Adam Gilliland. We'll take a look and see if he can better what he ran yesterday.
Again, 61 drivers will attempt a time here tonight. 22
Make sure you
spots.
check into the predictor.
Yes, check into the predictor as well. I didn't even do that yesterday. I had 0 points. I put up a big old goose egg yesterday. I've checked in. And you see the predictor there? Will Adam Gilliland run faster than a 43.136? If he does, that would put him third. Remember, we're going to include the 7 drivers who are standing on their time from yesterday. Now, wind's listed at northeast, coming out of the northeast at 10 miles an hour. Track temp jumps up to 111. So if it's coming out of the northeast, where is that blowing on the track?
That's a headwind right here. This is Adam's feeling it right now. Yesterday we saw 214 at some of the fast cars. I would imagine 214 will be pretty darn good. Just a flash right there. This is a cooler track temp than we saw yesterday, though. So the 111 track temp, I mean, that's as cool as it got. We do have some pretty good cloud cover right now, so that should be helping with grip. I think it's just the wind that they're overcoming.
Wow, look at that. Lap time 43.041. Whale of a lap for Adam Gilliland. Bet you he wishes he could have run that yesterday. So, okay, a little bit of a surprising start here. A lot of the talk was about the weather, how times were not going to be faster today than they were yesterday. Adam Gilliland goes out and puts down a mega lap.
That could be a sign right there. I mean, that's 400ths clear of Blake Neer, who was only 24th yesterday. So 400ths is a big gap with a field like this.
Raja Caruth, next driver to roll out. Again, part
Appreciate
of the Space
him taking
Station
his helmet
racing
off for
contingent.
us.
Yes. Now we get to see his bright shining little face. 43.294 on the predictor. After what we just saw out of Adam Gilliland, I know which way I'd be going on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're Blake Neer and you're watching this and you see Adam Gilliland, first car go out, obviously you can't tell everything by the first car, but if you see him go out and run that lap time, I think you just got a lot more concerned.
Yeah, I would imagine Blake Neer, Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now are all of a sudden concerned. Unless the track temp, it is creeping up. I mean, it's 112 right now. So they're going to want to see it more like 118, 120 to feel better, but I would say they're nervous right now.
Miles per hour jumping around just north of 200 as he goes through 1 and 2.
Great exit off of turn 4 for Raj.
Very clean.
Really
the
clean
line
exit
here.
off of 4.
It's got the look of a clean lap. What does the watch say? 43.015, faster still than Adam Gilliland. Uh-oh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We have got some serious speed out here, at least in the first 2 cars. Uh-oh.
Make sure you check your predictor, because we do have some open predictions as well. So we're one of them is, will someone record a lap faster than 43 seconds? I was gonna say no, but I'm thinking yes.
Yeah, after what Raja just did. 43.01.
And then the other one is for 250 points, how many held times will make the Firecracker 400? So that's out of the 7 drivers that held their times, how many of them will withstand the speed gain today and still make the field?
Get those
so that's
open
another good one
predictors
to
in.
get.
Those will be good until David Davis finishes his lap. Davey will be the next car up after Dylan Duvall. We got Parker back.
I think so. Can we hear me?
Not
Am I
really.
Am I let out of the silence?
Not
Well,
really.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, we're trying, guys.
Shout if you have to.
I think this is Landon trying to distract me from the predictor.
Well, Parker, get you caught up to speed. We've had two drivers go out, Adam Gill and Raja Karuth, both of them putting down absolute flyers. Raja Karuth just clocked a 43.015.
See that? See the here, guys, to help me out if I'm still low. How do I sound now, guys?
You're getting
It's
there.
doable.
All right, we're increasing little bit by little. It looks like the temperatures are really in their favor here today.
Yeah, I mean, a cloud just came over and dropped it to 106 for Duval here.
Out of 4, let's see. $43.034, another 43.0. Boy, oh boy, things have picked up here from the World Center of Racing. I'm telling you, I am surprised. That was all the talk. That's all that I heard. Blake McCandless will bring you in. No pit road duties tonight, no driving duties tonight, pure analysis. Blake, you saw it as much as I did, I think, and you heard it probably more than I did. The general consensus from the drivers was that today was going to be slower. Why are we seeing what we're seeing now?
Well, David, the one thing is that we had about 5 or 10 minutes straight of complete cloud cover. We got this track temperature down to 104. Coldest we've seen of the entire event right before it got started. And just by comparison, we're already back. It swung to 110, and it's now back to 105. So we're seeing drastic changes. A lot of cloud cover right now. We got 69% humidity, so nice weather right there. But obviously, I think the biggest thing everybody's surprised by is how cold this track temperature is, and it's driven by the cloud cover. Obviously, it was colder in the first session yesterday, but we weren't seeing near these times, so just a lot of cloud cover. That's the best way I can explain it. And obviously that wind that is northeast 10 miles per hour right now, it's obviously helping these drivers in some form or fashion. So if you're anybody that's sat on your time right now, you're not feeling too good right now. I can tell you that much.
There you go.
Nice.
David Davis starts his lap. Hey, Parker, how you doing?
Hey guys,
How you
I
doing?
felt like I just joined the broadcast for a little bit here.
Appreciate
You
you,
might have-
Parker. Thanks for.
Hey, if I just jump in for a minute.
Yeah.
Thanks for
what do
being
you
here,
think?
Parker.
Have you been watching
Well,
anything?
I have. I as you guys know, I get paid by the word, so I'm a little behind on my pay for the night. So I got to start talking here, and as we're watching Davey here go around, I think as Blake had that great report about the temperature and the cloud cover, that's always a big deal. And I think, Landon, you and I were talking about going into this. This was not going to be a faster day. You just mentioned that chill house, and now we are seeing faster time. And
I
I'm
blew
just
that.
Confused. I'm confused.
I mean, the track temp's all the way down to 103. We get the same air temp as yesterday, but it's just a cloud cover. These guys are getting lucky with some clouds. It makes you wonder, though, how long does that last? I mean, does the sun pop back out and heat this place up? And what is that wind doing? I mean, is it holding them up down the backstretch or not? Is it helping them off of turn 4, get to the start-finish line?
Guys, I was looking at the track temperature when that lap started. It was 106 for Davies Doobies. It was 103 when he crossed the line. So this track is going through massive changes in just under a minute.
That was a 43.105 for Davies. He came across the line. So not the flat that we have seen from the other drivers who have taken a time so far tonight. For Davey, that'll be his lap. We'll see where he ends up. That puts him 6th right now of the 11 drivers, just behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. And that'll lead us to Cody Dutton. E-Racer Predictor says 43.241. We haven't seen anybody go that slow yet. Certainly nobody wants to be on the wrong side of the predictor.
Well, nobody from Chillville as well. As we dubbed
Chillville, that's right.
Chill Howie, I dubbed it Chillville. So,
Chill, Howie.
Chill, Howie. It's chill.
Ah, the thing sounds good.
Ripping it up through the gears. Down
Dutton.
the backstretch.
Makes me think of John Dutton. Yellowstone. Anybody watch Yellowstone?
I know what you were going there. It's like Yellowstone. Yeah, that is an intense show. I
looks
binged
like
that recently.
Maybe he's related to the Duttons.
Is he branded?
Oh. We gotta Shieldhouse. You need to get your e-racer brand.
Yeah.
Everybody else has one.
What's the deal? It's right here on the chest.
You know, every time we do a show together, I say, I don't get any merch. I don't get anything. I don't get anything from Blue-Emu. I don't get anything from Valvoline. I don't get anything from e-racer. I can't promote y'all's brands if you don't send me anything.
Well, we like to keep you on your toes.
I'm sitting on my buns. I will be on my toes if I had a standing desk.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe a standing desk next. What's Dutton got here? Faster than predictor. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Good lap. 43.039 for Cody Dutton. That'll jump him up to third.
101 track temp. And the sun is peeking out. Barely.
Look at this shot. All right, this is not faked. That is the sim.
That's beautiful.
We're watching
Live
the
shot.
sun pop out through the clouds.
Oh, and look
Tim,
at
and you
it.
can tell how much sunnier it is.
Don't look
Wow.
at
And
it.
Sean
Don't
Butler
hurt
is
your
not
eyes.
happy. You can
Sean,
tell that
come on, buddy.
he's not going to be happy to see the sunshine come out here at Daytona.
Hurry up, buddy. Get your lap in. Sean's a friend of the broadcast team.
He still drives the wrong oil, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Friend, what?
Horrible paint scheme.
Who's friend? Terrible paint scheme choices.
Local boy though.
Yep.
That
just,
is.
just up the road in Daytona.
And he better stay in the gas because the track temp has gone from 101 to 103 since he pulled off pit road. So he still might get some goodie from the track.
Oh, yeah.
Some goody. There's a racer turn right there. Some goody. Usually talk about goody on the tire. Not on the track.
Yep. Tracks have goodie too.
Ooh.
They do. When they're right, they're full grip. When they're wrong.
It's 104 now. Going up. Still 69 humidity.
Nice.
So, guys, we talk about this track temp, 104. Can you give it to me in Celsius real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I can do a quick conversion there.
Butler! Wow.
02.
43.024. Great lap for Sean.
Basically, if you don't run a 43.0 right now,
You're out.
We're in big
Yeah.
trouble.
as compared to yesterday,
That's a great lap for Sean. He's going to be really happy with that one.
Yeah, and a track temp's continuing to go up. 106 now as Michael Gonzalez is getting ready to go. Just got back from graduation.
Well, Gonzo and the Casey Kerwin sponsored car. We'll see what Gonzo can do. Had a decent run last night. But if you're Michael Gonzalez right now, you see Sean Butler go out just ahead of you as I go to green for the first time tonight. We're gonna keep a greenhouse counter. If you're Michael Gonzalez, you see Sean Butler go out the car before you and lay down that lap. You gotta be feeling pretty good about your chances to do it yourself, right? Don't answer me all but at the same time. That's fine.
well, no, sorry, I'm just enamored that I know we saw this last night, but Casey Kerwin, that Twitch channel is so successful. He's sponsoring race cars. That is that is big, guys.
Big money in streaming.
Yeah, apparently.
What a shot.
That's cool. We got some great camera angles tonight. Production team is putting their lives on the line out there, getting so close to the face. We're challenging the laws of drone physics, which are a different set of physics for all of us, by the way.
Well, you know, the E-Racer drone is a special drone because it's actually a man-powered, man-controlled drone. So
I
one
thought
of
it
those
was
pedal
hamstring
bikes.
That can go 220 miles an hour.
It's incredible. Well, he's in really good shape.
Oh!
The drone pilot.
I
Lap
bet they-
time for
oh,
Gonzo.
just touched the wall.
42984. Wow.
With the track temp going up, 109 at the track temp now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new twist to this one.
Wow.
Scootin'.
Wow. Gonzo's going to be real happy with that one. I'm surprised. I'll just come out and say it. I didn't think we were going to see a 42.9 tonight.
No way. No way. These were not.
I didn't think we'd see a 43.05.
That was a mega lap from Michael Gonzalez. And now we'll pay close attention to what the nicest man in sim racing, Brandon Hawken, can do.
The
Predictor
E-Racer
has a lot
predictor was not nice to him.
42.939. It saw the trends from Butler and from Gonzalez and said, all right, no more playing Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, they're expecting big times. Almost
Notice
down
a
to what
question.
we saw the poll yesterday.
Question in the chat from Mr. Wood. Question: can a driver rerun? This is their rerun. So once they make a lap here, they're done. This is your final lap.
This is it. One chance. The final chance.
You only got one shot to make it count.
Thank you, Parker.
Mom spaghetti.
Yep. You knew where I was going with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love this 96 car, guys. Love it. Like the look. Big 96 fan. What do we see there? About 211. Track temp clicking up. Now in the 110s.
I do think that the wind is holding him up down the backstretch, but it's not overcoming the cool track temps right now.
Oh!
43.023 for Brandon Hawken. That'll put him third.
Maybe
You can see on the left side of your screen there, the scoring pylon will be 22 deep. That's how we'll be tracking them here. And of course, it's up to
Once you're
15
off
already because we had 7 stand on their time. And now the other half of the Daytona, Florida connection, some would say the better half, some would say the worse half of one Sean Butler, Kevin McAdams.
Yeah. Well, he's got Snow Monkey on board there, which we pointed out yesterday is the vegan ice cream. So if, every time I see his car, I just want ice cream.
Yep.
And we got so many cars, there's no way I'm going to have time to get ice cream. We really need to invest in some runners, I think, on the E-Racer broadcast.
I think we have some. We just need to send them.
Yeah, that's true. Just tell them I want ice. Like you know, like if I say I want ice cream, like it should arrive right now. But look at this shot.
He's making it look easy.
Oh yeah,
He's just cruising, man.
focused, just pure focus on his face there.
Out there looking like Dick Trickle, smoking a cigarette, driving a race car.
Got his mouth open a little bit, which I think could be a little, I want to get that closed at some point.
Gotta close that off.
There. Yeah.
Oh, that
Get
is it's
get a bug and
aerodynamics.
sand yeah, something.
You know, can't have any openings. Got to have flat surfaces. Up the hill he goes a little bit.
Guys,
That's okay. I'm okay with that diamond.
This is gonna be a
A little bit
fast
slower through
speed.
the middle. Great
This
speed
could
on
be
it.
faster than our poll yesterday.
Not the best tri-oval right there. 42.993. So it was a good lap either way. P2. We have got some fast laps here tonight. Oh boy.
So if you sat on your time right now, you are just like, what was I thinking?
Unless you had extenuating circumstances, maybe they couldn't be here. You know.
Yep.
That could be an option or an explanation for why they're not running a lap tonight. They just could not physically be here to do it. But so far, it looks like it was a good idea.
Yeah. If you were debating it yesterday, you would be like a genius for deciding to do it today.
Well, remember,
This is a
Blake
fast
Neer
track.
was the fastest driver who stood on their time, and he's in 9th. So 8 drivers have already gone faster than him.
Oh, yeah. Wild
The only
looking
driver who has run tonight who has not gotten faster than Blake Neer was Davey, and he wasn't off by a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm looking at Vargas and Daly, Maraska. I mean, they got to be thinking, uh-oh. They're definitely watching right now saying, come on, son, come on out. Join this party.
Landon, I got to ask you, we got Vargas and Leighton there standing on their times. What's going on over the JD Motorsports gang? Do they know something we don't?
I think they were mileaged on their motors.
You hate to hear it.
They got to use them next week. So
those sim racing motors, man. You know?
expensive programs.
Yeah. Getting that A-tier program is just a little much.
Tough. Conrad Sampson Jr. about to complete his lap here. Stop clock says 43.089.
So here's what I can't tell. I can't tell where the track is at right now. So forget the drivers that stood on their times, because we're going to start bumping them here pretty soon. Now I'm trying to figure out what's it going to take. What's this cutoff going to be?
Is he going to take a low 43.0?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think a 1 does it.
Which means the entirety of the 43-car field, essentially, in the Firecracker 400 would be like a 10th separating them.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was basically yesterday. So it's going to be really tight. That was just the top 20. Now today, I mean, it could be all 43 with these temps, all separated by basically a 10th or less.
Garrett Main's next onto the track here. In his number 2 offer pad machine. Driver out of the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing series.
I love this shot, man. Oh, this one too. So we're going to see the speed of this car. Goodbye. Wow. Great job.
Hauling into turn 1.
Yeah, he had a great run of speed.
A little wiggle.
Car's wiggling.
It's the
Seems
first
okay.
wiggle we've seen tonight.
Didn't look like it hurt him.
No,
Wow.
plenty of speed. You see the car struggles to pick up miles per hour down that backstretch with that wind in his face.
Yep.
I think they make up for it down the front stretch.
Right.
You
Gives
know?
him a good push to
Yeah.
the line.
All about catching that wind correctly.
Down to the line for Garrett. 43.055.
Ooh.
We'll slot
I think that's
him
going to
in.
be close right there.
That could be a bubble time. That'll slot him in between Dutton and Gilliland. I'm sorry, between Gilliland and Neer, rather.
John Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, our
President
Looking to
John
see.
Adams to you, Parker Kligerman.
yeah, the second one.
John looking to see he can drop an iRacing bomb out here tonight, put down a good lap. I know he's looking forward to this event a lot. Doesn't get
He's
to
the
do
guy
as
that-
much sim racing as he would like to. But looking forward to this one.
Been around the sim racing world for a while.
Yeah, long while.
John got the fortune of a cloud, dropped the track temp back down to 105 for him.
These are some powerful clouds, guys. I've never seen clouds this powerful because in real life, there's always, I bring this up all the time in these qualifying shows, but in real life, there's always a debate if it does anything or not. Sometimes some people think it's mental or whatever, but in the sim world, it is very obvious that we can make some serious differences with some cloud. So we can have a 10-degree swing in the span of 30 seconds. That's some impressive temperature gain and temperature loss in a short span of time. Maybe that's.
Are you suggesting that? Are you suggesting that something in racing with race car drivers is mental?
No, of course not.
Landon's eating popcorn, by the way.
Yeah, he literally has popcorn. He didn't bring any to share of us, though.
No, didn't bring enough for the rest of the class.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
No.
Plenty for
Good
you
lap
guys.
time for John, 43.008. Put him
Wow.
third. Great lap for John, 43.008 will put him third overall. That you got to feel pretty comfortable after that lap time, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna lock him in. I think he's gonna be happy with that one, and I'm excited for John. That'll be a good one. It'll be good to have him in the show.
Oh yeah. All right. Garrett Smithley.
Yeah.
One of the greatest unplanned gags of the broadcast yesterday was when we rode on board with Garrett Smithley, of course, of the lean street.
Oh!
And we're leaning again.
Okay.
Holy crap,
Help.
look at the bubble time,
Wow.
99.999. That's incredible.
He ought to be able to do that.
I think he's got
Hopefully
it,
he can
guys.
beat that.
Yeah.
Radius Bob sent me a text last night. I think he's a pretty nervous car owner. So he's had a lot of fortune with his Radius cars in the E-Racer
man.
events.
Oh. This is just wild.
Oh,
Yep. All right,
A little
guys.
rough
All
over there.
right.
There
Oh,
we
good
go.
one. Yep, here we go.
A little mini.
Well, a little bit.
Whoop.
Third trial, not so much.
Yeah.
That's too much,
19 degrees
Parker.
right there.
Too
Hey,
much,
guys,
Parker.
we're just rolling with it, guys. Just rolling with it.
Yeah, here we go. Come on, Gare Bear. Oh, you had some pretty
Oh,
good speed
I've been
into
trying
turn
to
one.
find it. Oh. David else. Oh, we're loose there.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's high.
All right.
Good speed off of two, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
Good. Yeah, we're out of the car finally. Thankfully.
That's quite the ride.
Well, it seemed like kind of maybe we slowed him down yesterday by riding with him.
Yeah. We were a little dead weight, so hopefully he's a little quicker today without us. Kicked us out midway through the lap.
Down to the line for
Garrett.
Garrett Smithley. 43.054 will put him just ahead of Garrett Maines in 10th. Bubble
That's gonna be
time.
close.
It's gonna be
That's
really
gonna
close.
be really close, I think. I don't know if that's gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know if you can be 700ths off of the fastest time and still make it.
Wow, I think it just entirely depends what happens the rest of this session. You know, we still got a lot of cars to run through.
A lot of cars. 61
Oh yeah.
cars out here taking time tonight.
Hey David, we did more last night.
We did.
You know, yeah, do you know that? Yeah,
We did. We did 87 last night
we did.
in the 1987 car.
That's some serious numerology. Landon ate 87 pounds of popcorn. Go.
Predictor has been pretty fast lately.
It has major belief. It has major belief in these drivers.
So, if you've noticed, the sun is back out, and if you look, I don't know if we have a camera on it, but if you look over the front stretch grandstands, we don't have any clouds for next few minutes, so the track time should go back up.
Keep an eye on it. Pure sunshine right now.
Hasn't
Corbin
really
McCauley.
proven to do anything.
not slowing them down. That's for sure.
Nah,
No.
they're driving good.
Yeah, they're driving good.
Across the line for Macaulay, 43.073 will be 12th fastest
Well,
right now.
if we can get the
And
sun
from
to
what we're saying,
fake this
that's
track,
gonna be outside the bubble zone.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're going to be
I don't think that
just
does it.
outside there.
What's Blake Neer
So
thinking right now?
He's been in chat saying he's fine. I think it's a front.
Is this poker face?
I mean, everybody's got a poker face on the internet.
It's true.
Blake McCandless, where are you at after seeing almost 20 cars go? Not quite 20 cars go. Maybe almost 20 cars go here. What are you thinking speed-wise? What's it going to take?
The more I look at these drivers, and again, when looking back at the weather today, it did cool down as we continue to go on in the afternoon. So I think the temperature is going to continue to drop overall. Whether the track temperature does, I think we've kind of seen that the ambient temperature isn't as important as how much cloud cover there is. Right now, I'm thinking a 43.02, which again, I ran a 05 yesterday, and I was 12th. The amount of speed we picked up today, drivers have been working on their setups, and the weather is cooperating. We're seeing these insane speeds right now, but I think a 43.02 or 03 is right around where you want to be. So Cody Dutton, Dylan Duval, Sean Butler, those are the couple of drivers I'm looking at that are probably going to be really stressed out for the rest of the night because they're going to be awfully close.
Yep. I agree with you, Blake. We're looking at this shot. There's sort of mesmerized with the sparks coming off. Great job to our team to find some new angles for us to enjoy here.
Tom Miller across the line. 43.284. That is not going to do it for Tom Miller, unfortunately. Put him 18th overall right now, and so let's touch on this. I don't think we mentioned this yet. Perhaps we did, and it's escaped me. But
already?
I do want to cover off the fact that the drivers. We talk about all these times and who's safe and who's not. We haven't talked, I don't think, about what happens to the drivers who fall outside of that zone. It's not the end of the road for them. This is not the end of their Firecracker journey. They're just not making the Firecracker 400. They will instead fill out the Firecracker 200 field.
Yeah, the Moon Split Firecracker 200. So Moon Split is back. They're going to broadcast this race for us next week. Monday, is that right, Parker? Monday the 28th?
Monday, yep.
28th, yeah.
And it still has a $2,500 prize pool. So
that's right.
It still pays to make that race and obviously be a part of the top 88 and then also get the chance to race in the Firecracker 200 on Moon Split and, race for some serious money. I think it pays $500 to win.
Yeah, it's a good event. Here at E-Racer, we try to pay the biggest prize purses we can. So we've got a hefty prize purse for the Firecracker 400. I think it pays almost $100 just to start.
It does. A little more than $100.
And then, obviously, for the Firecracker 200, every driver that has qualified, built a open setup for this time, they put the time in. We feel like they should get paid for that. So every driver does get some pay money for qualifying or running the 200 there. And then a lot of drivers been getting sponsorship, Parker. In fact, I had a sponsor reach out to me today, Chris Wheeler, IndyCar spotter, driver manager.
Oh, Trevor Perry into the wall out of turn 4. That is going to absolutely kill his lap time. He is going to be disappointed with that. 43.304 for Trevor.
That's a
That
heartbreak.
is going to relegate him down to the Firecracker 200. He was really going for it.
Well, I'll wrap up real quick. Chris Wheeler is looking for a driver to sponsor for the 400. So I think and he was offering a pretty hefty payday. So if any drivers watching this don't have a sponsor, you make the field for the Firecracker 400. Keep an eye out in Discord. Chris Wheeler will be hit you up.
I wonder if he can get Gorlinski to change his car color. See you, John.
Brian Hicks takes to the track now. Is number 3. It's the kind of lap time Hicks can put down.
That was making history with Brian Hicks, the Firecracker 400 Parker.
Yeah, he apparently told our production team this is the only sim race he's ever had to practice for.
He's that good.
Yeah.
Now, there's plenty of people out there who would say that they wish that he'd practice for more of these. I'm not
Amen.
one of them. I don't have a problem with the Brian Hicks driving experience, but I think there's some people out there who wished he would have practiced for some other sim races. Big
Well,
Brian
Brian,
Hicks
did
fan.
you practice enough?
Yeah, did you practice qualifying? That's what's going to get you in here. To use that note. Now, they just transitioned to clouds again. We're just on a very cloudy day here, apparently.
One more note about Chris Wheeler. He is in the chat right now.
Oh. Hi,
Here
Chris.
we go. Let's see what it is. Across the line for Hicks. 43.251. Disappointing there. That'll tie him with Jesse Atchison for 17th. Not the lap that Brian Hicks was looking for there. That'll bring Colin Keister to the track now.
Space Station Gaming Ride.
Former Coke Series driver. Heading into the second round of the iRacing Road to Pro qualification series. Round 2 now, I should say.
Trying to make his way back.
Yeah, trying to make his way back.
Yeah.
Had an excellent round 1. But all focus is right here. Daytona, trying to make the field for the Firecracker 400. I would say Colin could definitely put down a heater here.
Oh, yeah, just listening. The car go around here.
Hands look pretty smooth in 1 and 2. Good
Very
speed off
smooth.
of 2 there.
But those can be deceiving. Remember last night we saw so
Mhm.
many of these that were so deceiving when they looked so smooth, so close, tidy, and then it'd just be like, that's not fast. And then the one you'd see, all right, this thing's all over the place. No way, it's fast. Oh, there's a fast time. So just so deceiving from what you've seen to what actually is creating lap time.
I don't know about this one, though. I think it was a little down on speed, middle 3 and 4.
Oh,
43.053 for Colin Keister will put him 10th, just ahead of Garrett Smithley.
That's
And again,
really
right in that
It's a
sort of no
1,000th.
man's land.
Yeah, it's 1,000th in front of Smithley, 1,000th, and then 2,000th in front of Maines, but an entire 100th slower than Gilliland. So,
Right.
you know, I can't help but to think that there'll be some cars that fill that gap between Keister, Gill, and even the next couple cars. So, you know, I was thinking an 05 could make it. But Blake might be right. It might be closer to an 04, I think.
Christian
Yeah.
Sanford, next driver out on track. Keep an eye on that bubble time. Currently 43.304. It is going to be the top 22 who fill out the rest of the field for next Wednesday's Firecracker 400. Everybody outside of that will fall to the Firecracker 200 next Monday.
Starting to see the bumping occur.
Can't confirm Ty Marasco, Byron Daly, Leighton Sabile have already been knocked out of the top 22. Trevor Perry is the driver on the cut line.
They'll be racing in the 100. Trevor Perry still with a lap after hitting the wall that got him in there.
Yeah.
That was
Tells you
gonna
what
be a
kind of lap he
fast
was
lap.
on.
Yeah, it was gonna be
He
a
was on a
really
heater.
fast lap. I didn't even think about that until I just looked over there and realized, wait a second, he hit the wall. He's still ahead of some people. So that gives you any indication that today was a little faster. Yesterday we had to go, whoa! Stanford, big slide there.
Big moment. Drop down to 200 in the worst possible part of the corner
Yeah, I
there.
don't think this is gonna be quick. No.
43.133. Can put
Not good
Christian
enough.
Sanford 23rd, guaranteed to be in the Firecracker 200.
He's not able to bump Perry. It's a slick scheme. I like a base white sometimes.
Russell Tire from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Driver
Correct
Aaron
myself.
Russell.
Sanford with a 43.133 will put him 18th right now. That'll knock Trevor Perry out.
And Aaron here in his fire suit. Once again, so we appreciate him being safe.
Safety is important for Heat Racer events.
Oh, of course.
Safety's always important. You can never be too safe.
Never. Never
right.
too safe. Even racing from
Speaking of Pennsylvania, headed to Pennsylvania on Saturday myself, Parker.
Why is that?
Hey, you are
Going to
actually,
Pocono.
aren't you?
I
Yeah.
gotta work on Sunday.
Oh.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, that's impressive.
His suit matches the suit in the sim.
He's
Well,
got
of
the
course it does.
He's got the Dodge logos there. It's one of those, what was that, the Dodge Weekly Racing Series for a while back
Yep.
in the early
Yes.
2000s. So,
Yes.
major throwback there, even. Oh, no, whoa, where are you going, Aaron? No!
Oh, no.
Oh,
He's going to hold on to it. Don't overcorrect it. Don't overcorrect it.
Finish
Ah,
Oh,
tank slapper.
Caught
Downshift.
it.
Let's go.
Tank
Finish the lap.
slapper.
Finish it.
Come on, buddy. Finish it.
Ah, it's disappointing. Tough. He fought it. He fought it all the way through
He never
there.
gave up on it.
Never lift, buddy.
Kept his foot in it, and he drove out of it.
He's going to
It's not going to be the lap that he was looking for.
We appreciate that. Completing the lap.
Yep.
Definitely not
Take a look
fast.
at it.
This is just
Down into turn one.
It's a high entry. And it just
Yeah,
wasn't
it's just
settled.
shot up. It skated up the track.
Yeah. I think, Aaron might have just cranked all he
too
could
much
out of
arc.
that rear end. And, as much arc as you might mention, and just those things combined. I think that was sort of a Hail Mary for him to try to get in with that setup, and it wasn't enough.
The entrance to these corners, the bottom sometimes feels like it has more banking, and so you don't want to over arc it into the corners at Daytona. You almost want a straight shallow entry, especially in Q trim.
Yeah, you just drive it so that you aim it as straight as you can into the banking. And, going up top works in racing, but qualifying, it's just, especially this older legacy Daytona when there was a lot of bumps, it definitely fell away from you up top there. And you wouldn't normally want to be up there, especially in these cars going as fast as they are.
Speaking of, did I hear somebody blow an engine on pit road just a minute ago?
Uh-oh.
That's not optimal.
We got drama on pit road. Blake, do we have our pit reporter Blake? Does he know what's going on down there?
We did see a little bit of smoke here on pit road. It was somebody who, I guess, their car was sitting in their pit stall. They had already completed their time. But yeah, somebody's engine. I guess they were just sitting in their car watching qualifying and trying to find out where that smoke came from. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it was Kevin McAdams. Yeah.
No, tough. Maybe Jarvis got in there, started tuning on some wires.
We have an open engine policy in the
Well,
industry. Hey.
So, in 1987, obviously, because this is 1987, all these teams have qualifying engines. So these engines are really built just for one lap. Top performance. put out more horsepower than the race engines. So these qualifying engines, I mean, they're built to blow up after some time. And
that was
they're not gonna make it that
David
long.
Brown clocked in with a 43.067. That'll put him 13th right now. And from what we're saying, that's not going to be good enough to get a spot in the 400. We'll see. But that was the time for David L. Brown. And now Bryson Hicksonbaugh will take to the track.
Gilbert, Arizona. You're a big fan of Arizona, guys.
Yeah.
I am. I've been to Gilbert, Arizona a few times. Like I said, it's kind of off the beaten path for me. It's not a place that I really have any business going to, but you know, it's there. It's in the state.
Gilbert.
Bryson Hicksonbaugh is there, so
I've been there many times.
good reason to go.
Lucky.
The pride of Gilbert, Arizona, I should say.
Track temp is just all over the place right now. 114 right now. I mean, it's just really sensitive to the sun. And I would anticipate it just continue to go up, because one thing to keep in mind is it is early afternoon here. It's going to get hotter and hotter. In the sim, this session, qualifying started at 12:30. It's going to take about 2 hours to get through all these cars, so it'll finish around 2:30. It's going to be the hottest at the end.
I don't know, Parker. What do you think? Finishes around 2:30. Back up, change out, head down to the beach.
Well, that's what the Firecracker Forum is all about.
That's why I got my shorts on right now.
Yeah, me too. I've got my swim trunks on. So you went and raced. It started about 10 a.m. You were done by 2:30. Hit the beach with the family, watched the fireworks that night, enjoy a great July 4th. That was what the Firecracker 400 down in Daytona. Hicksonbaugh at a 43.060. It's like slots them in, and
It's an American tradition.
yeah, just like Bigfoot. A lot of
Last year's pole sitter.
does he
That's
have
right.
the speed. I actually think that predictor is a close one. For
Think you can hit a 96?
From Blue Point, New York. Yeah, I think. I mean, it's just the times we've seen. I know the temp's going back up now and it's getting way higher and the sun's out, but man, it just seems like a faster track than we had yesterday. Being how good he was last year. I know the car has changed a little bit, but
You got to put your money where your mouth is here, Parker?
yeah, he does hold the current track record, by the way, from last year's qualifying.
I don't know if he's going to beat a 42.72, which is what he ran last year.
But he has the track record, so he knows how to do
Knows
it.
his way around.
Yeah. He knows you're not breaking it downshifting, right? That's
At
key.
least.
We would certainly hope not.
Well,
His plan is probably to hold it wide open.
Landon, I got to ask, that popcorn that you're eating, is that flavored or is that just naked?
It's got a little salt on it. That's why I can't stop eating it.
Huh.
we have a problem over here.
I don't know about that line.
Popcorn.
I don't know about that line coming out of 2. That was a little pinched off there.
I still think it's faster.
What?
It's gonna be
You're
one of the
kidding me.
fastest. It's gonna be one of the fastest lap of the day.
I don't think so.
Just watch.
I don't think so either.
Hey,
No. 05. 052. Ah,
Oh, 44.
Good lap. I think he had more in it.
that's gonna be close.
gonna be
That'll
close.
be right there.
That was so that was a 43.044, puts him 10th, puts him between Adam Gilliland and Colin Keister. And now here comes Carl Burke.
Come on,
Go,
Carl.
Come on, Carl.
Come on, Carl.
Richland, Washington. Got that red car, the green wheels.
An instant fan favorite, Carl Burke.
Big fan favorite, and apparently a competitor favorite too, because there was some discussion last night post-qualifying that possibly Carl maybe made a technical alliance with some faster cars. We'll see if that shows up right now. We're not sure or certain that that actually went through. So,
Blake, do you have
don't
any report?
confirmation.
No.
Carl Burke, you know, there's been a lot of discussion. I know there was a little bit of, you know, discussions with some other teams, perhaps an alliance with Carl Burke. So we'll see. I've heard the rumors around the garage. I can't get anything confirmed from good sources, but hearing that this 57 maybe trimmed out here, we'll find out.
Well, remember, last night I posed to our pole sitter, last first challenge, taker honor, if you will, Nick Ottinger. I asked him if he was going to, you know, lend a helping hand to Carl here, and Nick was a little coy in his reply. Didn't fully commit to saying he would. He said, let's see if he gets into the 400. So I think he was leaving it open, but I don't believe, based off that answer, I didn't interpret it to say that he was helping in qualifying.
We'll see here.
Come on, Carl.
Didn't quite seem like he had the speed down in the 3.
I can tell you this much. If he gets off a turn 4 clean here, he's going to lock himself into the 200 at least. I think. I don't know.
43.376 for Carl. Not going to
Carl.
be good enough.
That does lock him into the Firecracker 200, though.
It does. It does. Perhaps Ottinger will still have a staked interest in trying to win the 400 as a driver and the 200 as a setup provider.
There you go.
And this is a car that I was preoccupied when he made his attempt last night, but I love
This is a handsome machine right
Yeah.
here.
US Air, chromed out. That is just wonderful looking.
You know,
That
it's also worth noting that Kyle was very fast yesterday. I think he was only one spot. He was either 1 or 2 spots out of locking in.
He had a good lap. He had a very good lap yesterday. Landon, let me ask you this. We had 61 drivers. We had the first 3 or 4 go out and put down absolute heaters. Then we sort of slowed down a little bit for a while. If you're one of these drivers left to run, how are you feeling? Do you think that you got a better draw by going out later?
I don't think later drivers have a better draw. I think we had some goodie in the track there early. Track's maybe fallen off a little bit, but I still think it's in that 05, 04 range, like what Blake talked about. You know, we just have to keep an eye on the temps. This is whoa, Kyle!
He was way up the hill there.
Hang on to it. He's still held on to some decent speed. I will say this is the longest that we've held warmer track temps. Kyle's car looks like it's an absolute handful. But he's still hitting his exits, which is probably more important than anything.
Yeah, I would agree. Got to get down these straightaways with good speed. The only way to do that is get out of the corners right across the line. 43.049 for Kyle Hendricks. Good lap there. That'll put him 11th, just behind.
That's a decent lap. I think Kyle's going to be disappointed with himself and probably on pins and needles because he ran better than that yesterday relative to the field. But, you know, I'm looking at that to be close to the cut line.
Yeah.
That knocked Atchison out. Put Sanford
Jesse
on
Atchison.
the bubble here.
Brian Hicks knocked out Tom Miller. Ryan Vargas.
You know, Kyle has been committed to this event. I'm actually kind of rooting for him here. He's been committed to this event after he watched the Firecracker 400 on YouTube last year. Says he's been building a setup ever since.
Some dramas here on pit road. Contact between Eric J. Smith.
Oh!
Ooh. A little kiss between he and Alec Martinez there on pit road.
That is a first for us. We have not seen that in a e-racer qualifying session yet. Collision on pit road. Remember, we make all these drivers drive up.
Well, here we go for Alec Martinez.
After the discussion on pit road, he's lucky he didn't get out there, you know, try and fight the other guy.
So how did race
imagine
control
if that had
handle
happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope we had a camera.
Yeah. What was?
Did we get a reset? I don't think we got a reset.
We got a verdict.
No harm, no foul. Apparently, nothing was damaged on either Martinez's machine or Eric J. Smith, so they're just going to let them roll on. It was a light tap, at least that's what the Smith camp was saying. Martinez obviously maybe going a little more crazy, but visually, it doesn't look like anything was bent up. So no harm, no foul is the official call from the tower, guys.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I would. Oh boy, I would say he was a little free there. I would say if I was Alec Martinez, I'm less concerned about a little bit of damage to the rear end. If I'm Eric J. Smith, I'm a little more concerned about damage to my front end.
Now, they did give them the opportunity for Martinez. He was offered if you want to repair your car or reset, you can do that. He declined it. So they both camps thought that really there wasn't enough to happen there.
Just the love tap.
Do the lap time here for Alec Martinez.
Damage. Pick him up, but not lack of.
43.082 will tie him with Blake Neer in that 18th position. That puts Davey Davis on the cut line in the 22nd spot. That kicks Christian Sanford out.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. one off the bottom.
Well, Davey Davis fans, any last resort? Can we give them some sort of incentive? Maybe like 1,000 subscriptions to the Twitch channel, and we'll just shut the whole thing down and lock the field right here. What do you say, Parker?
We'll just stop the count right now.
At 1,000, we'll stop the count. Yep.
Okay.
You'll just see the screen go black, and it's
But
over.
it has to be before Eric completes his lap.
Yeah, we need to see about 1,000 subscriptions here in about 54 seconds.
1,000 subs, and we'll shut it down. Parker and I will run away to Montego with the money after
What about
Twitch
me?
pays us in 60 to 90 days.
It's 60 to 90 days. So just no one come after us for those 60.
Don't come after me either. They're leaving me to fend for myself as usual. Don't come after me. I'm not part of this little
We'll
ring.
cut you in, David.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You're all on your own. Bye. All right, we've got 34 drivers left to run, so not quite halfway through the field of cars yet to go. Was that English? What the hell did I just say?
It's something.
I don't
good.
know.
Oh,
What
lie. The jacket I'm wearing is so warm, I think I'm out the toilet.
Oh no! SBS now
No!
just 150. Got it rolling.
All right, that's 50 down.
950 to go.
950 to go.
Yeah. In about
Okay.
13 seconds.
Thank you for that.
950 more.
I'm a little nervous.
Hey, we've seen 1,000 gifted subs in one night. It can be done.
Oh wow.
And
Lap time for Eric J. Smith, 43.051.
They weren't
Again,
quick
right in
enough.
that no man's land right now. We think could be safe, could just be on the outside looking in.
And unfortunately, Davey Davis on the outside looking in now.
Sorry, Davey.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
see you in the
they're
200,
starting
Davey.
spot.
Now here's a driver who this was the only driver not to take a time yesterday. Ross Tatum out of Stewart, Virginia, Canada. Thank you, Parker.
Forgot about it.
He'll be
Stewart,
taken to the track for the
Virginia.
first time this week.
Stuart, wait a second. I'm gonna give you another shot at this, David. Where is Ross Tatum from?
Do you not remember last night?
Come on, Landon.
Where is Ross from, buddy?
That says Stewart, Virginia on my screen.
Okay. Stuart, Virginia, Canada.
Yeah, Stewart, Virginia, Canada.
Yeah, it's in Canada.
I think it was PE. You said Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. No, PE was that was physical education.
They need an eye at the end.
Dale needs to hustle back from the premiere of Lost Speedways so that he can make his lap because
Season 2 of Lost Speedways.
on Peacock.
Yes.
He
Peacock app. Check it out. Did I just kill your flow?
No, you're good.
No, we're flowing. We're flowing like a river, brother. Again, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. Very, very generous. Thank you so much.
Yep.
If you got a gifted sub from SPS Now, make sure you say thank you for the generosity.
That was nice.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. To the line for Ross Tatum. Did not cut the apron there. 43.279 is the time. And that will place him down in the 27th position, racing in Monday's Firecracker 200.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is safe once again.
For now.
Some
now.
momentum back in his favor.
Yeah.
There you go.
Last year, remember, he
1K.
missed it by one spot.
Jared Ickes in the 1K bounty car.
Another Radius house car. Let's see a Radius on board.
Yeah.
On the Radius car, Parker. After we get a good look at this scheme. Look at that.
Oh, this has got to be one of my favorite schemes in all of the Firecracker 400, in all of racing, really. As we get the Radius on board, we'll take a listen in a second, but I just love the 1K $1,000 bonus Jerry Ickes is going for. So cool. Hear it thing. Bottom out.
Yep. Yep.
Propelling down the backstretch. Beautiful Radius on board there. On the Radius.
Excellent.
Oh, look at that shot. That was awesome.
We caught Landon on his phone. Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tweeting about Radius.
He missed the coolest shot. Oh, I don't think it
There
is
we go.
enough.
Oh, Jared!
Oh,
Oh! It's not
No,
enough.
he wrecked it.
And
The time was
destroyed
good enough
it.
for 25th. He's going to the 200, but that is a hard, hard lick into the outside wall for Jared Ickes. Gave it everything he had and then ate that outside wall just past the flag stand.
F in the chat.
Let's take a look at it. Just digging for everything he can down there.
Oh,
Yep,
clip the
clipped
grass.
it just a little bit.
That just set him on a terrible trajectory. Car explodes as it hits the wall.
That is a front clip.
Yikes.
You're clipping that one for sure. So a tough way to end the lap for Jared Ickes. Hey, Landon, how you doing?
I'm doing
He'll
good.
show up eventually.
Tell Bob we say hi.
He's just ordering more
so
popcorn.
Speaking of being on your phone, get on social media. Use the hashtag Firecracker400. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what you're cheering for. Get on those phones. Where's my phone? My phone's right here.
Yeah,
Right here.
use the
Oh,
phone.
that screen's dirty. Look at that. Oh, it's disgusting.
Oh,
Ugh,
jeez.
gross.
Oh, wow.
Um,
iPhone? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Anyway, so get on social media and use that hashtag Firecracker400 on your preferred device. We don't judge around here. Parker, I liked it when your microphone didn't work. Anyways.
Hey! I'm back.
We appreciate y'all being here. If you're watching on Twitch or wherever you're watching from, thank you for being here and checking it out. Remember, next week we go racing. Monday, the Firecracker 200. Wednesday, the Firecracker 400, the main event. And what we're watching here tonight locks in the rest of the field for that Wednesday show. Everyone else outside of the top 22 on that scoring pylon drops down to Monday's Firecracker 200. Still plenty on the line there. So if your favorite driver doesn't make it into the big show on Wednesday, worry not. They've got plenty to race for on Monday. Now, Parker, we've had 30 odd cars, 29, 30 cars go. A lot of surprises. Again, the discussion coming into this was we didn't know what we didn't know. Well, now we know something. So what do you know at this point?
Well, what I
Track's
do
heating
know,
up.
the track is heating up. We saw, I think that's why we started to see some of the time slow down there at the end compared to what we saw at the beginning. We saw, more mistakes, cars that spun out, cars that wrecked at the end. That was something we just did not see at the beginning. So, funny enough, Dale Earnhardt Jr., at a 43.105 from yesterday, unable to rerun today because of his commitments for Season 2 of Lost Speedways, catch it on Peacock, is on the bubble, yet I think what I started to see there late was it was tougher to run a 43.0, and some cars that were really fast yesterday that ran those times and ran faster than that were struggling to back up their time. So we could literally be in a position here where through this next session, it could be pins and needles on seeing if Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets in there because he's directly on that bubble. And remember last year, what happened to him, Landon? He got knocked out by
The last car.
one car.
That's it. The last car. You know,
He loves
unfortunately
doing
for
this.
him, right now, all it takes is one car. He's going to have to withstand how many more? 20, 25 more cars. But it's getting hotter. I mean, the afternoon temperatures are going up. We started this session at 12:30. It's awfully nice. The air was nice and cool. Even with the clouds would come over, the track would cool down real quick. Sun came out, the track would heat up real quick. But we'll see here. It's going to be challenging. So I see the wind is dying down a little bit. I don't know if that's going to have much of an effect. The wind almost didn't have as much of an effect as I thought it would earlier.
Yeah, we saw fast lap times with that headwind down the back straightaway. So, if that wind shifts a little bit and it's no longer a headwind down the back straightaway, that can certainly affect if it's blowing across the turn and it's pushing you up out of where you want to be, and you're going to have to make some adjustments to how you drive that line. It's going to affect your lap time. The track temp, we saw an incredible lap out of Nick Ottinger yesterday, one of the hottest track temperatures of the whole night. So I'm not sure that's. We've thought that was the real culprit here as to what's going to make these lap times, and it may not be.
Yeah, and I think everyone's wondered the entire time. Is it track temp? Is it the wind? What is it that's really making the speed or not making the speed? How much does the setup obviously matter? I heard a lot of people talking about how, the setup that Nick Ottinger drove amongst the teams, that the people he works with, was really hard to drive. So, we've seen wrecked cars. We've seen cars spin out. That means, there's an element of driver skill in there too. So it's not just temperature. It's not just track temp. It's not one variable. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 variables that are adding up to put us in a position where we're trying to see who's fast and who's not. And that's why it's so hard to predict as we take a look at some of the conditions out here now.
As this day moves on, track temp 116 winds. Calm down a little bit. As you said, Landon, 8 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy. See patches of sunshine around the super speedway here in Daytona Beach. Sun reflecting brightly off of Lake Lloyd there off the back straightaway. But at any moment, we've seen already tonight, at any given moment, clouds roll in and all of a sudden, things can change. But for the time being, as long as that sun's out, track temp goes up. What does that translate to? We are about to find out. The first driver to show us will be Connor Horn in that blank, number 67.
Yeah, here's a blank race car. If Connor puts it in the field, it might be a good driver for Chris Wheeler to jump on board with. What's the predictor having?
43.149.
I won't do it.
No, that would tie him with Jared Ickes.
The only thing is that it just, I do think that some of this is just being early, and I mean, I don't know. You're right. Ickes struggled just now. Track temp's continuing to go up, 118.
It's getting warm.
Really warm,
and I just finished off my beverage.
Warm in the booth here, guys. Not gonna lie. I think someone forgot to turn the air conditioning on.
Whoop! Look at that shot.
Again, we've gotten to that point where anything in that 43.1 territory is not good enough. A 43 flat is going to have to be what it takes. Connor, big wiggle into 3. Big wiggle there for Connor. He holds on to it. Killed his speed, though. What will he extract out of the rest of this lap? No. 43.137 for Connor Horn, and you see a shake of the car. That's usually the universal sign for disappointment, frustration, and I would imagine that's what he's feeling right now.
Yep. Did beat the predictor though, by just a little
A
bit.
hollow victory, I'm sure he would say.
Kane Cook is winking at us.
Yeah, look at that. You got some tricked out air intake hidden behind that blacked out headlights.
Here, this one right here will be.
This will give us a great idea.
Yeah, this is your benchmark.
Yeah.
If this one does not beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. and knock him out of the field, then Dale could have a shot.
Well, let's find out. That's a carbon fiber hood, by the way.
Yeah.
That's really, that's Formula 1 tech for that era. To be
A lot going on with that paint scheme.
And I think that's a Nissan Skyline again.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Well. I'm just watching this anticipation. 14-ish into turn one.
He carried some great speed.
This could be really fast.
At this point, it's just a matter of does he get clean? Oh, great run off of 2.
Yeah.
I mean, does he get through 3 and 4 clean?
I'm gonna put this up in the 15th range. This looks like a Firecracker 400 eligible lap.
Yep, solid 3 and 4.
Beautiful line.
That's gonna bump Dale Jr. probably. I'm saying it's an 04.2.
9.47 for
I
Kane
was not even
Cook.
close.
What a mega lap fastest we have seen today. That would rival what we saw out of Conti and Ottinger yesterday. What a lap from Kane Cook. Unbelievable lap time for Kane Cook. Hotter conditions does not mean slower lap times.
And in a 121 track temp.
Wow.
I think he's got a tricked out intake behind that blacked out headlight. I'm telling you.
Something's up there.
We are gonna have to take a look at
speed.
Inspection.
Great lap. Great lap for Kane Cook. That'll hand the... how'd you like to go after that run if you're Christopher Morris? You see fastest time of the day put up there, and you're the next guy out on track.
Where do you think Christopher Morris is from here? Montpellier or Montpelier?
Oh, boy. I can hear James Pike having an absolute meltdown over that pronunciation right now. I thought Montpellier was in Montpelier. I thought that was in Montana. Isn't that in Montana? Well, I'm sure it's in other places, but
I think that's the capital of Vermont.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
They got one. Don't they got one of those in Montana too, or is that like a knockoff?
It does sound like a Montana place, but I would presume Vermont's came first. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Never been to Vermont, the Granite State.
No. I guess skiing.
Nope.
Yeah. It's a Northeast tradition. You have those little mountains out in Colorado, but we got the big ones. Or those hills in Colorado. We got the big stuff out here. So.
Oh, he's wrecking. Oh, he's wrecking.
Oh, hard impact. Get the cleanup crew.
Into the wall.
That's a big one.
That's a big blow for Morris. Can he finish the lap at least for pride?
F in the chat.
Looks like the right front's tore off it. Ugh. Attaboy. Look at the heart. Look at the heart in this man.
No quit. Leaving it all on the track.
People don't understand my humor. I just want to point that out. People don't understand my humor. Chat is literally losing. I was thinking James Pike was going to lose his mind. Chat is losing their mind over my jokes. Unfortunate. We see the wreck here.
No.
Big shot.
Does have his number facing the wrong way on the hood. fix that.
That's so he
next
can
time.
read. So the onboard camera can read it.
Oh,
Yeah. Thinking big brain stuff right there.
how about this Wrangler car?
Now wait a sec. This is a different looking car than what we saw last night out of James Seawright. We saw James Seawright crash
It was a purple
in his car.
Well,
Perhaps he
just-
went to the garage and just found one of these laying around.
he had to pull out his backup. They didn't have it wrapped, obviously. I
They
wish
got
we had a
borrowed this
replay.
one.
'Cause
He
James
borrowed this one
also-
from RC.
also has his eyes taped open like Ricky Rudd,
Yes.
making his lap.
Who was the
After
owner
his-
on that one?
Let us-
I Osterlin Racing, right? Wouldn't that have been Osterlin Racing back then?
I don't
Maybe
know.
they loaned him. Maybe they loaned him this one.
Osterland Racing. I'm not familiar with. Who's that?
They were a famous team back then. It's the ones who ran.
So-
yeah.
So I have the scoop here on Seawright Motorsports. He wrecked his only Ford last night, and his other car is a Chevy. So loaded into his Chevy. Obviously, they didn't have a wrap for the Chevy.
There you go. Thank you.
So this would be a heroic effort. I would hope that he races a Chevy if he makes the field. Well, he has to. I don't know if they'll be able to get the Ford rebuilt
No,
in time.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
can't just allow a manufacturer and car change mid between. That would be you'd have to go to the back of the field. So, just so you know, Osterlin was the who hired rookie Dale Earnhardt in 1979. And then the championship
There you go.
in 1980. Yeah.
He's looking all right so far, and I don't mind that little diamond that he just pulled off. Because look at the run that he's getting off the corner.
See what the stopwatch says. James
Wow,
Seawright.
sideways.
Oh, spinning out.
Oh, 97.
Lock it down. 43.097. Oof. He almost ran out of cars completely there.
Slots him right in front of Dale Jr., but not fast enough to break the top 22. Look at
Garrett
this
Conrath,
American
the
pride.
pole or flip driver from last night, nearly pulled off the flip. Wrecked it hard. Looks like the Nexus Esports team's rebuilt that car. And he'll roll out
Yes.
onto the track.
That car's got some decent squat to it as well.
It does.
Very-
Not quite
very-
to the Justin Fuller levels of squat we saw yesterday.
There's nobody can squat like Justin Fuller.
No. He had the big boy squat.
Big boy squat. That's a pretty nice squat he's got going though. I love the red, white, and blue too.
Hey, maybe it's a change from yesterday. Just said, you know what? Put it
Mhm.
on the ground, boys. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go out here and wing it.
Let me drive it.
Yeah.
Put it in my hands. That's a real driver.
We're gonna do one of two things. I'm gonna get this thing in the show, or we're gonna be heading home.
Yep.
On the wrecker.
Come on, Garrett, hang on to it, buddy.
No,
Oh, look at
it's,
it run.
it's already all over the place. This could be a sketchy 3 and 4. Whenever you see a car do that to 1 and 2, you just know it's heated up those rear tires, that right rear. Hold your breath.
Come on, Garrett, you got it, buddy. Oh, sparking, it's on
boy.
the ground.
Oh, boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's got it. He's
He's
got,
got
it.
it.
He's done it all the way out there.
What's the lap time for Garrett Conrath?
Used all the road.
He's spinning her.
Oh, no.
43.88.
Oh, that
Oh.
does slide him right in. Keep her together, bud. Don't hit the wall.
To the bubble.
Unbelievable.
Wow, what a save. Oh no, we're still wrecking.
He's good.
Gather her up.
He's good.
He's just showing off.
What a showman. Puts it on the bubble. Slides it through the grass. I like that.
That'll knock Conrad Sampson Jr. out. James Seawright is out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is out. Davey Davis, Christian Sanford, Connor Horn, and Jared Ickes, amongst others, knocked out down to the Firecracker 200. Now Justin Knobloch from Space Station Racing will take to the track.
Now, I thought it was Space Station Gaming.
Well, Space Station Racing is a subsidiary of Space Station Gaming.
Learn something new every racer podcast.
Indeed. I try to educate, like teach people that, Vermont is the granite state, not New Hampshire, and Montpelier is a bottled water that you find in Montana.
And Rod Osterland owned Dale Earnhardt's rookie car, and they won championship.
There you go.
Yeah, sold it.
We're all about education here at eRacer.
We are.
I can already hear the uprising in chat again.
Well, this is not only a entertainment broadcast; it's information.
Informative information, nonetheless.
Yeah, great. Let us know if you find this to be informational and that you feel like it is good information. We'll continue. Otherwise, we'll go back to just covering what's happening.
And regardless of how you feel about it, make sure you hit that follow button to stay up to date with everything happening here with eRacer so you don't miss next week's broadcast for Monday and Wednesday. Make sure you follow eRacer on Twitter.
Yep, join our Discord.
You'll never miss an update. All the latest news, channel activity. Oh, Knobloch across the line, 43.036. Good lap for Justin Knobloch. That will put him 9th. Slide in between Cody Dutton and Dylan Duvall.
That knocks out Conrath and puts Martinez on the bubble. Blake Neer said that he was safe. But right now, he is near the bubble. Should I just walk away, or what do you think? Oh, here we go. The fire graphics here for Logan Helt, built in Florida. Reminds me of Stephen Wallace's schemes from the Nationwide Series.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Logan Helton, big fan of the phrase, please no touchy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
usually he'll put that on the back of his race cars. He doesn't want to get wrecked. Understandable.
Yeah. It's a good mantra to have.
It does. It is, I should say. You said it reminds you of the Stephen Wallace car. When I see that car coming at me down the back straightaway like that head-on shot, it reminds me of the Robbie Gordon 2003 Charlie's Angels car almost, or that he won with at Sonoma, or even the FDNY car he won at Watkins Glen, similar coloring. Maybe the FDNY car more often than the Charlie's Angels car, but I just I love those colors. They're very, very good contrast. Stands out.
It's good. If you're gonna put fire on it, those look great.
Flames makes everything faster, right? That's what they say.
That's what they've always said. Yeah, it's been my problem. I don't have enough flames in my cars.
Can we get some flames on the truck?
Well, we could try. Yeah, it's a good point. I'm not a big flames guy, but we could try.
I mean, Truex has got a hot tub on his truck.
He does. It's the hot tub time machine. It's a little tough to compete with that. It's like water and fire. They wouldn't mix then.
Well, y'all haven't wrecked each other yet, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Hopefully never, please. Across the line for Logan Helton, 43.087. That will put him just outside. Top. I'll put him 23rd, first car out after that lap for Logan Helton. So not a bad lap, but not good enough to be joining the Firecracker 400.
That's a nice piece. I love the number.
Oh, yes. It's a beautiful car.
It's a good vaporwave.
Champion.
Yes. Vaporwave vibes with that number. Another Splash and Go graphics masterpiece. Cosman and the team over at Splash and Go Graphics killing it like always. So much representation here in this field between he and his organization and JD with JDR Graphics.
Some of the best graphic designers in iRacing and real racing. They sort of
That's
bridge
right.
the gap between the two.
That's right.
JD
They both.
does all of my real life trucks when we have partners that we need to put together schemes for, and he also does our eNASCAR cars. Does some graphic work for eRacer at times during these events. Lefty does a lot of our graphic work as well. Another great designer out there.
Noah,
Right.
sweet. Thank you, buddy. Shout out to Noah.
Yeah.
Did my
Big shout out
Voyager
to
car.
Noah.
Did your Voyager cars, right?
Yep.
It's a beautiful car.
Yep. Awesome.
Really
Did
beautiful.
a great job. Also did the famous Blue-Emu Blue Bird.
Mm-hmm.
That is right. Blue-Emu's in the chat. Come on. Blue-Emu.
Yeah, any birds in the chat?
We need some birds.
We're very fortunate to have so many talented people, and they have an outlet as sim racing has become more popular, a way to showcase their talents. It's one of the greatest things about everything that's been going on. Awesome here. And see the lap time for Eddie Ball across the line. He goes with a little flare.
Wow.
43.009.
Oh, wow.
Save it, Eddie. Save it, Eddie.
Oh, dear.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
Dramatic. Dramatic.
Hang on, it's not over yet.
This is still going, guys.
It's still going.
He's showing off. He saw what Conrad did and wanted to one-up him.
Saw a
That's a
question
great
from
lap.
Connor Horn. Connor Horn in the chat wanted to know if I ever talked to Ryan Sieg. The answer is no, I didn't, and I don't need to.
What did he ask?
Why don't you talk to him with your bumper?
Oh, Connor, behave yourself.
Spanky!
Hey, Moonhead's here.
Michael P. Frisch, master of the pipes down there in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The plumber. Certified master plumber. And he's got power from Spanky on the hood. Moonhead's pig. We all love Spanky in this house. The Bar Visuals sponsored car.
How many cars do we have remaining?
That's a good question. I will give you that answer. Including Michael P. Frisch, we have 23.
All right. So we're very close to being able to lock Kane Cook into the field here. Blake, do you have an update on, your comfort level or where you think you'd like to slide in right now into this field? Where you think the bubble's going to be?
I was thinking about that a little earlier, and I'd have to say I was probably a little too high when we last talked. I'm thinking right now you're looking more at Colin Keister, Garrett Smithley is a couple of times now. We do have a higher track temperature in here. It's at 120. There hasn't been as much cloud cover in the server, but as you guys have seen, if you got the speed, you're going to be able to showcase it. Is Michael Frisch? Oh, big wiggle right there.
Oh.
He saved it. He holds on to it. That's going to hurt the lap time. For Michael P. Frisch, across the line he comes. 43.081. If not for that bobble, what would that lap time have been? Oh, my goodness. It will put him on the bubble for the time being, but that bobble puts him on the bubble. A bubble bobble for Michael P. Frisch.
That's a heartbreaker.
I know Frisch loves these cars too. That's a really tough break. But anyways, I guess within 100th or two of Michael Frisch, the lap he just set, a 43.081. I think if you're in the 07s or 06s right now, that's where you're really going to see your drivers that are really sweating this one out right now.
Yep. Great point, and I have to say, this car we're seeing right now, the Othello group on there, Andrew Stallings, super manager agent. He was quite excited to see this car qualify last night. Tucker, unfortunately, had an incident, destroyed that car. They've gone to the backup, making a second attempt here with the Othello group. He's watching right this moment, fingers crossed. We'll see what Tucker Minter's got. Can he put this car into the Firecracker 400? He's got his
I think he
sponsor
does it
for him right now.
I think he does it. Last night he had a ton of speed. Just the lap didn't work out for him. He had a little bobble or did he wreck it?
Oh, he wrecked it.
He wrecked.
Wrecked him.
It wrecked it. Wrecked it. They went to the backup. So
He can only improve, right? That's the good news.
it was clean through 1 and 2. Tidy. It's all leaned over on the left side.
Stallings is in the Twitch chat right now praying
There
to
he
the
is.
Lord Jesus Christ.
Take the wheel. Get in. What do you think, Andrew? Is it going to get in?
Oh, come on, Tucker.
Looks
Here
good.
he comes.
I think this is good.
43.019. How
Big
about that?
win.
P7 to Tucker Minter. That'll put him ahead of Brandon Hawken, ahead of Sean Butler, right behind Raja Caruth. Big lap. That is a huge recovery drive for Tucker Minter.
P. Frisch is just... I'm heartbroken for Michael right now.
Yeah.
How about that? Wonder if when Tucker finds out that his sponsor was watching and eagerly watching. That's rising up under pressure, guys, as a driver.
That's clenching and holding on tight, and he did it. Excellent lap as now we get Nathan Rabadabadoo onto the track. Nathan Rabideau out of Tampa, Florida.
And if you'll
Florida, one of
notice,
America's great cities.
production put a purple cut line underneath Kane Cook to signify that he is locked into the Firecracker 400. Obviously, we'll be moving that line down as more drivers get locked in. I do want to bring up a note too. That time by Tucker Minter did not just put him in the field, but I think that opened a whole new can of worms on what the track is capable of right now.
Definitely. That showed some serious speed in the track if you've got the setup and can wheel it around.
And one more note about Minter, I think that gives Brian Blackford somebody to race for tomorrow with the Othello Group sponsorship bounty.
That's right.
Is it a $1,000 bonus for the winner between the two of those guys? Is there another driver in
Well,
the field?
Kevin McAdams. There,
McAdams,
the
yep.
Snow Monkey. So they're all racing each other for that bonus.
Wow.
$1,000 bonus.
Extra incentive. Never hurts to have that as Rabideau works his way towards the timing line. See what it's going to be for young Nathan.
Love that
Zoom.
in our events.
What's the time? 43.071. Knocks
This track's
out.
fast, guys.
Knocks out Macaulay.
Macaulay.
And puts himself on the cut line.
I think this track's got some speed. We're seeing it pick up. If I'm Garrett Smithley, I'm a little worried right now. You know, I would have tapped him as being safe, pretty much.
10 minutes ago, I would have thought he was safe. I don't know if the competition just picked up. I don't know why the track would have picked up, Parker. I mean, the wind is 8 miles an hour out of the east.
It's the highest it's been today.
Track temp hasn't gotten any cooler. It's 123.
Nope.
I think the competition just picked up.
Seen our fastest time on a hot track. Kane Cook, Michael Gonzalez, both locked in to the Firecracker 400 now with 20 cars, including this one right here, Michael Guest, left to run.
Seen Island Racer 17 say never made a 7, so I was proud I was in the top 22 for so long. Must be Macaulay. That's cool. I like
What better
hearing
way
those
and what better circumstance to learn, right?
stories. Yeah, I like to hear that.
Now, all metrics would say this is a lap time that should be towards the sharp end of the grid, I would imagine.
Oh, great. Now you tell me. I picked slower.
Well, the predictor does say 95.
I would only put him
Now
second.
you
if
tell
he-
me what
if he
kind of
matched it.
confidence you have here. I see. That's all right. Landon totally ruined us in the beginning. Hey, thanks for the raid,
Casey.
Kerwin. Yeah.
Thanks, Casey.
Welcome everyone.
to Casey's group. We're bumping cars right now.
Yep.
Michael Guest looking for a top
Well, you might-
22.
You might have wanted to put some context on that statement.
Wow,
Into the
42.997 for Guest. Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh. Oh, my Lord.
Destroyed.
He's fast, but at what cost?
To the back. Absolute
Oh, my
back.
God.
Oh.
Okay. He saw what Conrath did. He saw what Eddie Ball did. And he tried to one-up them both and just destroyed that race car.
Just had it, didn't have it anymore. Oh, no.
It's gone. Bam.
Oh, my goodness.
That is by far the most damage we have seen throughout the Firecracker 400.
There's no
You
amount
know-
of Blue-Emu that's going to fix that.
No,
I don't know if we have telemetry data in these 1987 cars, but it didn't sound like he lifted before he hit the wall there.
Kept his foot in it.
well,
We're gonna need a Michael Guest update as soon as we can get one.
he may have been forgetting about the rule there of going to a backup, meaning you'll have to start towards the back. Firecracker 400, even though he's in. I'm sure that
Yeah,
maybe
he'll be back there with Ottinger.
Exactly. Landon Huffman here. Bring back short tracks from windshield deep on the hood.
Well,
Like to see
Landon
it.
better
I
be
agree
paying
with that.
attention. He's gonna want to try and avoid going windshield deep into the wall after his lap here, like Michael Guest just did.
That plus, don't brake like you're at a short track. Keep it wide open, Landon. That's my tip.
That's right.
This ain't a short track. But I do like short tracks. I like the initiative. I'm a fan.
See what Landon Huffman can do here. Again, if you're just joining us, especially off the Casey Kerwin raid, we are down to less than 20 cars to take time, including Landon Huffman. 19 cars left to run, top 22 on the left side of your screen. Lock themselves into next Wednesday night's Firecracker 400. Everybody else falls to Monday night's Firecracker 200.
Come on, Landon.
Talking to himself.
Wow.
43.036 for Landon Huffman. Good enough to tie with Justin Knobloch for 12th. Great lap.
That ought to put him in.
We shall see. Woo, Tungsten.
Dylan D. Thomas.
Look at that car.
Woo, Tungsten.
Tungsten. We love tungsten.
Do we?
That's
I
like
don't
gold to a
know.
racer.
Nah, getting rid of it is. Well, actually, yeah, having it in, yeah, means you've built a lighter car. You're all right.
Well, just owning it. It's expensive.
Yeah, got value.
But I always think of you get more tungsten trying to make weight. It's because you built a lighter race car. And that weight and that tungsten sits pretty damn low. That was always the idea of getting that CG low. Making those things fast.
By the way,
Pretty flat
development here on pit road, hearing the driver, the owner, and the crew chief of the 9 to the big red truck.
It's a purple truck.
Well,
we
it's
know what you meant.
1987.
Well, hopefully they don't go to the wrong truck. Imagine they show up to the wrong truck.
They show up the wrong truck.
boy.
That's a double infraction.
Yeah.
You know, Josh has had a pretty relatively smooth event so far, so I wouldn't want to get in his way. He's probably chomping at the bit.
Yeah, he's been in too good of a mood throughout all this. Now that you've said that, it's probably cursed him.
Come on, Dylan.
Woo, Tungsten.
And is enough.
Oh, not enough.
43.205 will slot him 38th, just ahead of Jesse Atchison.
I know this is no surprise, anyone, but I'm just realizing maybe I'm a bit slow at this, but absolutely, just for anyone joining us now, nobody that stood on their time from yesterday that was outside the top 20 is now in the field for the Firecracker.
Nobody.
So
Right.
you had
Great
to
observation.
rerun. You
Pay
had
the
to
under.
rerun. Yep.
Yep.
Diamond
Pay
Strauss
the
was-
under on that one, Dylan.
Mhm.
Good call. We had 7 drivers stand on their time. All 7 of them have fallen out of the top 22 as we look at Donovan Strauss out of Marietta, Georgia. They got a fantastic diner there in Marietta, Georgia. If you've ever been to Marietta, Georgia, you know about the Marietta Diner. Well, let me tell you something. Anything
about
your heart
Waffle House?
desires to eat, you can get it there.
Okay.
I thought that was Waffle
Anything,
House.
huh?
Anything. They will make it for you, even if it's
They
not
got
on the
lobster?
menu. Oh, yeah. They got a dessert case. You know those long like dessert cases filled with just cakes and pies and
Yep,
pastries
yep.
and I mean it's absolutely obscene how big their dessert case is. I mean you can walk out with a whole cake that will feed you and your family for 2 weeks.
Stop making me hungry.
It's the best place to go. Honestly, if you're ever in that area and you don't go to Marietta Diner, you have messed up.
Well, you know what I always find funny about diners? I've been going there my whole life, especially up here. Oh, that's a big wiggle, Diamond Strauss.
Big wig.
Sometimes I wonder when you have that many things on the menu, how? How do you have lobster and everything else on the menu?
I was worried about or wondered about Cheesecake Factory. Their menu's 70
another
pages.
wiggle. No, into
Donnie,
the wall.
no, Donnie,
Big
no.
wiggle.
Not
Ah!
like this, Donnie.
This has been a sloppy lap.
43.287. We'll put him 43rd and into the Firecracker 200. I'm sure Donnie is very disappointed.
Slides right in front of Ryan Vargas. That locks Eddie Kerner into the field. Raja Karuth is the next one, just looking for one driver to beat.
Oh, here's your favorite car.
The squatter.
All right, let's see it, Justin. Let's see if he changed his setup at all, or if he stuck with it. Maybe he believes in the car. Thought that he had some improvements to make.
You saw Personal
see.
Comfort on the hood there. That's his sponsor. I saw them interacting with him on Twitter last night. It's cool to see from Green, New York. Personal Comfort. I believe they do mattresses, guys.
Let's look at this thing.
So-
Oh yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Justin, what do you got? Oh yeah, look at that.
this thing. Squatting.
Maybe
Personal
not as much
Comfort.
as yesterday.
Not as much as yesterday. I think he realized that was not the play.
He took a couple mattresses out of the back and threw them aside.
Look at that thing. That thing's pretty low. I don't know, Park.
They went with the twin beds in the back instead of the Kings, California Kings.
He might have some passengers in that thing. Wow,
We
look at
don't
that
ask any
shot.
questions.
That's
Okay,
There-
dragging the pipes.
Hey, production team, why you been holding out on this shot this whole time? That was awesome. Where's that been all my life?
As
P.
Fuller
Frisch.
completes his lap here, as you can see on the left-hand side, that purple line denotes who is locked in to the Firecracker 400. Eddie Kerner, John Adams, Michael Guest, Kevin McAdams, Michael Gonzalez, and Kane Cook all locked in.
I don't know if this is gonna be good enough. Beautiful shot though.
Wow, right there.
43.181 will be 38th for Justin Fuller, and that will lock Raja Karuth in.
David, Michael P is in the Twitch chat right now, just looking for help, looking for
P
a
for
friend,
pain.
looking for comfort. Can't blame him.
Zach
No.
Novak, eNASCAR champion up next.
I was definitely surprised to see him fall into this grouping. Perhaps even Zach expected a better lap out of himself yesterday, but nonetheless, he takes to the track in his Maconi setup shop. Ford Thunderbird.
Thanks, Briar, for the raid.
Hey, Briar. Thanks, Briar.
Welcome, everyone.
P. Frisch, by the way, continuing in the chat, just looking for a friend, giving us the old "my dog ate it" excuse.
Oh, no. His dog ate his wheel?
Somebody interrupted him during his lap. So my phone rang. My sister came in the room.
Oh, man.
Child unplugged the monitor.
Cat on the keyboard.
Oh,
Cat on
man.
the keyboard. Classic sim racing mishap.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Can't stay. Even when you don't own a cat, sometimes a cat can just end up on the keyboard.
That's
unbelievable.
Novak with a big run off of 2.
Yeah, he's clearing good speed. Yeah. Good speed.
Big run off of 2. Whoa, little early rotation into 3. That still looks like it's working for him.
The rear end's an active rear end on that car. You see that thing?
Yeah, it's turning. Look, a lot of rear spring split in that car, it seems to me.
Yeah.
Soft left rear, stiff right rear.
Across the line. 43.025 for Zach Novak will put him 11th, splitting Sean Butler and Dylan Duvall.
And that's not going to lock him in the show just yet, but I would say he's probably going to be safe.
That will lock in Tucker Minter. So, big sigh of relief there for the Othello group.
Oh, yes. Andrew, if you're still watching, you're in. So, that puts Maines on the bubble. Smithley one above. How many do we have left, guys?
We have
about 16, 13. 13 to go.
14 left, including Blade Witt.
Including Blade Witt. Yep. This is about to get very, very intense. If you're watching this, do not tune away.
Hey, Parker, where's Blade from?
Roanoke, Virginia, Canada.
Thank you.
Roanoke, Virginia, Canada. Clothing spot. A lot of racing in that area.
little cloud cover came and cooled the track down just a couple degrees here. I don't expect it to change much, but Blade is probably going to take it and be pleased.
Track temp currently sitting at 119, winds 8 miles an hour.
Little bobble. It seemed like he hit the bump kind of funny. I don't know if it cost him any speed off of 2 or not. He's still held over 200 miles an hour.
NASCAR driver looking to get a good lap in here.
Oh, look at this shot.
Right in your living room.
Wow, that was awesome.
We better have that for the race.
Well, they've been holding out on all these cameras.
We got all these new cameras.
It's going to be a good lap.
43.028 for Blade Witt. I'll put him in the 12th position.
Guys.
Knock Garrett Maines out, put Garrett Smithley on the bubble.
Garrett Smithley is on the bubble at a 43.054. The pole yesterday was a 42.916. A little bit more than a tenth separates 42 cars. This is sim racing. This is the Firecracker 400. This is iRacer events at its finest. You have to be absolutely on it. You gotta be perfect if you want to participate in an event like this. It's awesome.
Right.
We don't even see that in the Cup Series, guys. We don't see that anywhere. That is.
And this isn't
better than
setup.
the Cup Series.
This
Yeah,
is
this
open
is not
setup.
fixed setup. You can come in here, do whatever you want with that thing.
Calm out and takes to the track.
And think about this. Tons of different conditions.
Here's one that I think we all want to see race.
Simply a haircut alone. Because we want to be able to show this wonderful headshot more than just tonight.
In front of millions of people.
How about give us that chance? Let the world see your wonderful head of hair.
We at iRacer love a good mullet.
Yep.
We'll put it on camera as often as we can.
Once we can figure out how to say it, we'll get it up there. And You can't avoid it. There we go. Just leave that up. Everyone needs to know who this is.
How's the
Down
speed look, David?
Fast. Looks fast. Looks fast enough. Another one of those space station racing drivers. Lets the car float up in the middle of 3 and 4. Gets her pointed back down to the bottom.
This is a
Beautiful.
big one. This is a big one.
Let's see it. Down to the line for Colin Bowden.
Big.
Oh!
Big.
42.980.
Oh, wow.
That'll put him second. Oh, my God. A rollover.
Oh. And that'll be a backup car for Colin, but he's in the race.
A rollover after the line, but it's good enough for P2. I hope the mullet's okay.
The mullet will race, folks.
It just got up on those 2 wheels, and she was tumbling. I'm telling you, these guys, they're doing this on purpose. They are. They're showing off.
We're going to have a hell of a time deciding where everyone stacks up when they all go to the back to their backups.
Cole Freilich takes to the track. Heard from him yesterday in his special little video about being an underdog. And I kind of mentioned the fact that at some point you shed that underdog title after you keep making it to the final event in these big races.
Yep. Well, Cole needs
if he makes this Firecracker 400, I don't think we can call him an underdog anymore.
No, he's going to just be one of E-racers.
He's just a wheelman.
Better, faster racers. Yeah.
If he wants to do it, he's gonna have to bump former Coke Series driver Colin Keister out.
And we did mention that did bump out Garrett Smithfield.
Yep. It did.
F in the chat for the lean stream.
Yep.
He'll race in the Firecracker 200.
That has locked Brandon Hawken in as well. So your top 10 locked in as Freilich starts his timed lap. If Freilich cannot go faster than those locked in, that'll lock Sean Butler in.
What I like about this scheme is how the logo on the front is sideways across to make it bigger.
Yeah, that's a good look.
You don't see that often. You just don't see that often.
Scraping.
Little slow through the middle there. I feel like, I don't know. Might be all right.
43.102. Not going to be good enough for Cole. That'll put him 36, just ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And into the Firecracker 200 again. If you don't see your favorite driver's name on the left-hand side of the screen in the top 22, that doesn't mean that they're out. It just means that they're not going to be in the 400. They'll be in the Firecracker 200 next Monday.
Correct.
The Seth DeMerchant Memorial Scheme.
This again.
And we talk about Seth DeMerchant and a driver who ran last night, Michael Cozy Jr. Credited Seth DeMerchant for helping him, coaching him to the big lap that Cozy put down last night. Will Klein here, showing just how much Seth DeMerchant is loved in this community and the fact that merch is not taking place in qualifying here this week.
Seth DeMerchant's had a lot of people talking about him since he didn't make it through the prelims. Even our pole sitter, Nick Ottinger, mentioning he worked with him on the setup.
Yep.
On the pole. That he,
no surprise there.
Huge help and aid in making that setup go as fast as it could. Heard the only guy that could make that setup go as fast as Nick Ottinger was Seth DeMerchant. So
yeah.
I know he's got to be disappointed.
Are we surprised?
Here. No, we're not. He's always that quick.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
rises up in these big events.
Just shows, and I know this is virtual, and I know we like to have fun, but it is motorsports, and it is racing. This is real racing. Even though the cars are virtual, the racing is very real, and I'm dead serious about that. And anything can happen in real racing. I mean, we had over 430 entries for this event. Only 88 got to make it to this round of qualifying. Only 43 will get to start next Wednesday in the Firecracker 400. That's what happens in the biggest events. And we know that Seth will be back hopefully for the next one.
Can't all make it. That much is for sure. Cross the line.
Oh.
Klein hits the wall. That's a fast lap, 43.015, but he smacked the wall.
Throttle
That
might
was a
have
huge
hung.
lap
Well,
for Will Klein. That puts him 9th, and that locks him in and Sean Butler.
I will say, guys, I did have him going faster in his predictor there, simply because if you got to run a Seth Merchant tribute scheme, I have to think Seth Merchant may be helping you out setup-wise.
And that knocks Colin Keister out, puts Eric J. Smith on the cutoff line. Kyle Hendricks there in 21st, Joseph Galata 20th.
Colin Keister knocked out of the Firecracker 400 with a 40.053. It now takes an 051 to be on the bubble, guys.
And we're in the last 10 drivers.
I thought we were good. This is unbelievable.
Yep.
And the temps are worse. The wind is pretty similar. This is basically identical to what we had yesterday, but some of these teams and drivers are going back to the workshop.
Yep.
Figured things out, made technical alliances, you name it, whatever happened, and they came here with more speed than last night. And that is what's so cool about second round qualifying. You can show all your hand on the first night and then go back to the drawing board at night and re-rack and give it another shot and see if you can put more out there. I love this. I know some are maybe disappointed that we're in last night and that, you know, not as fun to see other people have that chance, but they some of these people took a serious chance, their last chance to make it, and they got all the way through, and it's just so awesome.
Tim Sozio working his way down the Daytona super stretch on his timed lap. 10 drivers remain to put up a lap time here. 10 more drivers trying to stake their claim into next Wednesday's Firecracker 400. Zach Novak, the next driver, trying to get locked in here. Let's see what it is for Tim Sozio across the line. 43.148 is only going to be good enough for 42nd best. Tim undoubtedly going to be disappointed with that. We'll go into Monday's Firecracker 200, and then there were 9 as Zach Novak locks himself in. We look up above in the sky here in Daytona Beach. Bright sunshiny day.
It's a bright sunshiny
You know,
day.
just 9 to go. You got to be feeling nervous if you're Galata, Gilliland, Dutton. You know, I would think maybe Huffman. I think Huffman could be safe.
I don't know. I mean, every time someone goes down to go faster. Here we got Toyota Celica on track. I'm going to cow from Boston, Massachusetts. Boston.
Another unsponsored car, looking like Connor Horn out here.
Well, if you're a sponsor out there, you're watching this, you're saying, if this car makes it in the Firecracker 400, I want to be on that thing. Reach out to Dominic. See if he gives you that chance here.
Depending on the lap time, next driver eligible to lock in would be Blade Witt. Again, 9 drivers left to take time, including Dominic Howe right here.
Oh, that looked like it slid down the track.
That hurt the miles per hour out of the turn as well. Track temp sitting at 120 degrees, 8-mile-an-hour wind out of the east.
175,000 fans in the stands today at Daytona just for qualifying.
That's right. Huge crowd, sellout crowd. They were here early too.
Been here last 2 nights. This is actually the only qualifying show that. Oh, not enough
43.323 for Dominic. Not going to be good enough. That will lock Blade Witt into
Now,
Firecracker 400.
This is the
look
only
at this
qualifying-
next car. Look at this next car that's up.
This is called a Hail Mary.
This is when you have no more ideas left and say, let's just send it.
Ryan Doucette sitting on something special here.
What in the world? Is this thing about to take off on the runway?
What?
I'm getting shades of the Coke Daytona race from last year.
This is some kind of platform where you are definitely trying to get the spoiler out of the air.
I think we're achieving that here.
I don't think he's going to make it in turn 3, guys.
I don't know how.
I've
Look
tried this
at this
before.
thing.
It's not good.
I mean, it's not even hitting 200 down the front backstretch here.
How could it? It's
No.
got a
It's
wall
got
on the
no
front
speed.
Oh, no way. No, this is terrible. This is,
There's no speed. He is starting to think he had no intentions of even attempting to make the field.
I think this was to say, hey, sponsor, I got a way to get us on. And make sure they
What
talk
are the
about it.
boys at Nexus Esports up to? This and more.
We'll never forget this one.
You know,
This is
the
gonna end
drag
up-
racing fan in me just absolutely is loving this right now, though.
Yeah.
Well, they've got the
Undoubtedly.
springs, the shocks. They just basically put the rear end in there and let it flop around a little bit with some trailing arms. 'Cause there's nothing between the chassis and the body at the moment.
Car chief is gonna get fired after this.
Yeah,
one.
he would have
I'm
been
telling ya.
ejected. He got ejected earlier.
I
as
think
his
they
car
put the
rolled up
front
to
springs in the
deck.
back and the back springs in the front.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was a lap. Thank you, Ryan Doucette.
Someone give me the.
We'll
what is
see you
the
Monday.
time? 47.8. All right, that's officially
Close.
the lowest non-instant lap we have seen. in previous qualifying.
That is a huge lap for Ryan Doucette. Well done.
Yeah. Yep. That was
That car belongs in the iRacing lore, I believe.
that actually.
That's disappointing. I think Doucette's better than that. I hate to see it. Wish he would have made a better effort.
There you go.
Well,
That
the
will
only
lock
thing
Dylan Duval into the field for the Firecracker 400 as Justin Botello takes to the track.
I could have not actually practiced it and just hoped it would show up and be that fast.
J-Mo! What do you think?
Jabo with a lap yesterday. Oh no, he's struggling with that car.
Oh.
You saw him had to lift out of it. Had the backfire shoot out of the pipes there as he's really far up the track trying to get a huge run out of 4. I don't know how much that's going to hurt his speed down the front straightaway here, but a lap time yesterday that certainly wasn't something that he was happy with. Back running a lap here tonight. Already off to a bit of an auspicious start.
Can you clean it up here? Who's it on? Is that Fort Worth screen printing?
Fort Worth, yeah, screen printing. Yep.
Good to see them involved in the Firecracker 400.
Through 3 and 4.
Little bobble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Car just doesn't look secure.
I just
Looks like it did yesterday.
Oh,
Nearly catches the wall out of 4.
that
Not
was
See the
close.
lap time. As he spins it, spins it.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
over and
Oh no!
qualified.
Big tumble.
Oh, and backs it in. Oh, that's a
That
tough one.
Yikes. Take a look at it here as the car came around. I didn't even see the lap time. I was watching the car take off.
Well, it wasn't
Knocked
fast.
the cone. Wow.
43.292, I'm told, for Jabo, plus airtime. But that will send him to the Firecracker 200 on Monday. Big dog.
Incredible job. iRacing with that damage model crash physics. I mean, just looks incredible.
That and the blowover stuff.
6 drivers left. Now we turn our eyes to the big dog, Justin Lisenby, another
Did you
Arizona
see-
driver.
Did you see what was written on the front there? Down on the valence instead of
What'd it say?
Thunder Dog.
The Thunder Dog.
Underdog.
The
Okay.
Underdog.
Thunder Dog. He do be driving, though.
Smith here, so he's been on the bubble now. What, 3 cars? 4 cars? This is 10 times.
Yep. Eric J. Smith. I don't know if he's got any There's the Thunderdog. I don't know if Eric J. Smith's got any fingernails left to chew off at this point.
Every single time he sees one of these cars not go faster, he is pumped.
What kind of lap time can Big Dog put down? I know it would mean the world to him to get a big lap up. Do want to update, Justin Knobloch has been locked in after the J-Bo run. That does put Justin Knobloch in. Landon Huffman, next driver eligible to get locked in based off of what happens here.
You got Big Dog.
Steady line through the turns 3 and 4 there. What's it gonna be for Lisenby? Across the line he comes. 43.052.
That is not
For
going to be
Justin
enough.
Lisenby is going to be 23rd. Oh.
1/1000th of a second.
That will lock Landon Huffman in.
And Windshield Deep rejoices.
Right down to it. Great to see Huffman
Cody.
in the main event.
Yes. That will leave 5 drivers. Jacob Fisher, Will Norton, Jordan Hurley, Dylan Alt, and Jake Matheson. The 5 drivers left to run here tonight. Cody Dutton, Adam Gilliland, Joseph Galata, Kyle Hendricks, Eric J. Smith, the 5 drivers yet to be locked in. Jacob Fisher in the Space Station Racing livery. Feel like there's at least 15 of those cars here.
They're
Nice little,
attacking
nice
from all
little
angles.
community they got going. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, David, where's he from?
He is from Walnut Port, Pennsylvania.
Hey.
Oh, you're gonna say Port Africa. Port of Alabama, PA.
I knew you could do it.
Yes. Oh, yes, the Port of Alabama. How silly of me. The Granite
Yeah.
State.
It's like when you see LA and they're like, what are you doing in Lower Alabama? It's like, well, that came
LA.
second. LA is a little different. Like, that ain't LA. Sorry.
Now, depending on which side of the country you're on, USC means 2 different things. Could be University of Southern California or University of South Carolina.
Yeah, I've been to
I-
the South
you know.
Carolina one. I'd way rather have been at the Southern California.
Yes. See what it is for Jacob Fisher here out of turn 4. Big wiggle. Down to the line. .43.045 will be good enough
Not-
for 21st.
Wow.
For Jacob Fisher, that knocks Eric J. Smith out, puts Kyle Hendricks on the cut line, and locks
I
in
gotta-
Cody Dutton.
I gotta tell you, that is a big relief for Galata, who went an 0.44, and it doesn't lock Galata in. But I mean, anytime you dodge one by just 1,000th, I mean that's a big deal.
Huge.
Big deal.
All right,
I
Will
can just-
Norton. Let's see what you got, pal.
That's a slick ride, too. I've been admiring this paint scheme for a while. Crow.
Absolutely.
You win in my book when you got Crow. I don't know why, but I'm a sucker for it. So. I don't even know
Another
what that
Nexus
says.
driver.
Not the
on the hood.
Nexus, on the hood there.
Oh, on the hood is Rowden Graphics, Justin Rowden
There you go.
Graphics.
Another one of these graphic creators that we have out here. Graphic designers.
Rafferty94 in the chat wants to know how much to sponsor a car. Well, Rafferty, join our Discord. You can maybe ask Moobot for a link. Join our Discord and start engaging with the drivers. Find one that makes the field and negotiate a deal.
There is no
Like-
price that's right. It's whatever you agree to.
Gerlinski says it's it looks like 5 with
Oh,
thousandths
brother.
of a penny per pixel. So that gives you an idea. Maybe he meant that in Doge. I don't know. Or Shiba Inu. It's probably Shiba Inu, Landon.
Easy for you. Hey, pal, watch the
There you go.
language. This is a family show.
Hey, yeah, we're supporting the Shiba Inu community right
Right.
now.
Shiba Inu Army.
Yeah, Shibu Army, our army.
Shibu Army. Yeah, there we go.
Wow, what a lap time out of Will Norton there, 43.005. That will put him
Wow.
P6. Knock
Big
Kyle
one.
Hendricks out. Put Jacob Fisher
Track-
on the cut line. Huge lap there for Will Norton.
Track still has it. 3 to go here. Galata, Gilliland, gotta be really biting their nails.
This is so tight. It's a 1,000th difference between Fisher and Galata. 3,000th difference between Gilliland and 1 Dutton. It's so tight. You know, we were talking about the Shibu deal. I think we should say that you can buy that on Voyager, Landon. Oh, the cone is out here.
Oh, no. Get an F in chat for the cone.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
All right. And I just
Unreal.
bought some. $4.2 billion market cap. Felt like, you know, hey, if it becomes the next Doge.
I'm gonna buy some Shiba Inu right now.
Yeah, you can do it on the Voyager app. Have you heard of it?
Download the Voyager app. Yeah,
I have not
go
heard
ahead
of
and
it.
get to the Voyager app.
Get on the Voyager app.
Josh went and got the cone, put it back in place, so that's good.
Well, he hasn't had to yell at anybody, so I guess he's got the time to run out there and grab the cone.
Josh Mendoza, quick, multi-talented race control.
I've seen him run. He can scoot. He's got wheels.
5 wide sports on this deal. Wasn't a fan of 5 wide. But I'm going to give him a little bit more support.
Oh man, little bobbles there at Hurley. I can't tell if it cost him any speed yet. It looked like it was really keeping a tight line to the bottom.
What's it going to be for Jordan Hurley?
I don't think so.
43.140. Not going to do it. Jacob Fisher can breathe a sigh of relief as we are down to our final 2. Dylan Alt, Jake Matheson, the final 2 drivers to go. That does lock in Adam Gilliland.
All right. Last chance. Last couple chances. What do you got? Dylan Alt, Sacramento, California.
Oh,
Now
the
he's got
cone!
cone.
Oh, Josh. Go back out there, Josh.
What is happening?
That one went a little bit further, though. My goodness.
Is this some sort of mental tactic to try to mess with your competitors? Push the cone out there?
Oh, look at least it landed upright.
Well, hopefully he didn't want to run that spot in the track.
All right, Josh, you're clear. Run and go get it. Move it, buddy.
Yep. It's gone.
We're good.
It's been moved.
He's fast. We like fast.
He's getting a real workout. He has to come all the way down from the tower, grab the cone, and run all the way back up in that time.
Getting his steps in today. My goodness.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I
That's a-
chose faster for Dylan Alt. I think he's gonna have the speed. I really want to see Galata make the race. I feel like he qualified on the pole last year. He deserves to, maybe he can bring up the rear this year. I'd like to see him make the field again.
On board now.
Does he have it now?
Oh,
Is he
man,
in
that's
the
a
field?
Little bobble right there. I don't know if that's going to be good.
Using all the track.
Across the line for Dylan Alt.
Wow, he got
43.019. Ties with Tucker Minter for 11th. What a lap from Dylan Alt. That will knock Jacob Fisher out. And we are down to our final driver. Will it be Jake Matheson, or will it be Joseph Galata?
Looks like he's got to beat an 0.44.
How would you like to
And the-
be in Jake Matheson's shoes right now?
And look at the predictor!
Yeah. Insane. Basically,
the only time
do you
that
think
matters.
he's gonna make it or not?
The only
All
time that
right.
matters.
T's and P's in the chat for Galata. Good luck for Matheson.
A mountain of pressure on one driver.
Track temp has cooled down to 117.
This has got to be everything you got. Can't hold anything back. None of. You know what you got to run. You know what everyone else has run. There's no question about it. You're the last guy in Firecracker 400 qualifying. Can you put down a lap to get into the race?
Unbelievable pressure. And it's all on the shoulders of young Jake Matheson. Can he execute for Williams Esports? He rides through 1 and 2.
Nice little rotation right there. Good point off of 2. I don't know if I like the speed, though. I don't know. I don't know if this has it.
212, touching 214. I don't know if this is quick, but
I
it
don't
could be
think
50
he's
corners,
got it.
hold the bottom.
Nice. Little
No.
slide up. I don't know. I don't know.
Hold your
I feel
breath,
like it-
ladies and gentlemen. Who will it be? Joseph Galata or Jake Matheson to the line? 43.065, not going to do it. Joseph
Wow.
Galata makes it in. And we have our field set with a +1 to be named for next Wednesday's Firecracker 400. Wow.
Unbelievable. What a session. Oh, man. Look at the qualifying results here. Kane Cook, obviously, with a huge lap. Good to see Kevin McAdams lock in. John Adams, hey.
Made through. Raja Caruth, Will Klein, the great lap there. Tucker Minter. Andrew Stallings very happy with the Othello group. Dylan Alt, that was a monster lap. Second to last to go. Brandon Hawkins, Sean and Butler. Zach Novak, eNASCAR champion. Blade Witt, Dylan Duvall, Justin Knobloch. Landon Huffman from Windshield Deep gets in. And Cody Dutton there down in 20th.
Final 2 drivers making it in, Adam Gilliland, Joseph Galata. They will race next Wednesday in the Firecracker 400. Everyone else that you see listed here made an attempt to improve their time, and they may have done that, but it wasn't good enough. They will fall into Monday's Firecracker 200. Still plenty on the line there. What an effort. What a night. What drama. Unbelievable.
Worth noting the front row for your 200 will be Fisher and Hendricks leading the field. So the rest of these drivers that you see will be your Firecracker 200 field, starting in the order that you see them right here, all the way down to these last few drivers. And those 3, Aaron Russell, Christopher Morse, Josh Parker, those will be our alternates. So Ryan Doucette will bring up the rear of the field.
You want to talk about a thin margin. The difference between in and out, 1/1000th of a second between Jacob Fisher being out and Joseph Galata being in. 1/1000th of a second. But now we turn our attention to next Monday for the Blue-Emu Firecracker 200 presented by Moonsplit. Now 50% off. I don't know what that means.
You'll love to see it. Well, it's just half. It's half the 400, so you get 50%
okay.
off for the same price. Guess what? It's free. You can catch it on this channel. It's going to be awesome. Obviously, Moonhead, all the guys from Bottom Split, they did this with us in the Car Anomaly event, and it was so much fun. We decided, let's bring it back with their blessing, and it's going to be a great time. And they're racing for a $2,500 prize pool, so they're not just racing for nothing. It still pays to be in the Firecracker 200, and then obviously leading to the big one come Wednesday.
And,
Right.
if you'll notice, you did some math, we locked in 42 drivers tonight. The Firecracker 400 does have a 43-car starting field, so eRacer does hold the right to pick one more driver to bring up the rear of the field, should that driver accept. So we'll see what race control ends up going with.
Stay
Let you
tuned.
guys know.
I guess we should say stay tuned, right? But
That's right.
that'll do it for this week of action. Week 2 in the books. That leaves week 3 ahead. The main course, Monday, Firecracker 200 right here, eraser_GG on Twitch, 7 p.m., right? 7 p.m.?
Correct.
I think
Right?
so.
7
Something
p.m.?
like that.
We'll go 7
Yeah,
p.m. Stay
tune
tuned.
in around
If we
7.
change-
You'll get
we'll
close.
we'll play it at 7 p.m. That sounds
We'll
fine.
send you an
But-
email. We'll notify you.
Right. Stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter. Follow our Discord, !Discord in the chat to join the Discord. But stay tuned to everything on social media to make sure you don't miss a thing. Next Monday, Firecracker 200, 7 p.m.-ish. Next Wednesday, Firecracker 400, the main event. All the drama, all the pageantry on the line here. We can't wait to bring you all of that. And with that, we will close out for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here and joining us on this journey. We will look forward to seeing you next Monday night. For Landon Cassill, for Parker Kligerman, for Blake McCandless and the rest of the production team here at eRacer, I'm David Schildhouse. Thank you so much. Have a good night.